Welcome to the land of long live play where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation Experience. I'm your host, Delvin Cox, and with me as always, it's the Platinum Princess herself, the Secretary of Spoil, Haley Nicole Mail. How you doing, Haley?
I rearranged my room, as people can clearly see.
Yes, we all see that. We all saw something else before the show started because Haley is being up.
Yeah, I'm not showing anybody else.
Also with us, the Lord and Savior of PSVG Snurk. How you doing, bro?
Oh my!
Before I forget, that red thing over there on that I'm pointing at, what is that? Do you know?
No,
It's not a cat.
no.
Correct. Both my cats are dead. Thanks, Snurks.
No. Well, clearly it's not a cat. Then Snurks was correct.
No, it's the cape for my cosplay for the convention. So it
Cool.
it doesn't hang, right? So the costume's in my closet, but the cape itself doesn't hang. It just attaches by Velcro to the costume. So
You know we didn't discuss this on the show. Like,
I'm a nerd. What do you want from me?
But you just say the costume, the cape for my costume. Like people just know that you're going to this show in this costume. Like, hey. No one knows this on the show. Like, you can talk Blue Falcon or
I'm going to a convention.
Dynamite.
I'm going to a convention in 3 weeks dressed as Supergirl. So that's
there we go. Now you're talking. So you're just like, hey, there's my superhero cape over there. Like, I thought how superheroes work. You don't just tell their secret identity as soon as they get it. But then again, if Haley was a superhero, that's exactly what she would do. She would immediately,
secret identities? What are those?
Well, it's like there's a running joke on how it should have ended, where Batman always gives away his secret identity to women that he's trying to sleep with. He's like, "Hey, you want to know my secret identity?"
That's what I would do as a superhero. Batman has a lot in common.
I also saw a Robot Chicken skit where they're trying to pick up gals, the Justice League, in the bar. And then Batman's like, all right, check this out. And he's about to take off his costume. He's like, billionaire inbound. And he's like, no, you got to try to pick up a gal in the bat costume. But I'm in a bat costume. That's never going to work.
Speaking of Robot Chicken, isn't that turning 25 years old this year?
Yeah, I think so. I went on a little bit of a rabbit hole and watched the DC and Star Wars specials on HBO.
Robot Chicken is,
Good.
PC XP is such a fucking funny comment, by the way.
It's a very accurate comment.
Yes, yeah.
I still like Capes and Games.
Yeah. Capes and Games, PCXP, PCP, OPP.
You know me.
UPS. Keep naming it.
Now you're just naming nonsense.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, no, Robot Chicken was always fun. Oh, apparently.
Yeah, it was great. I used to like Robot Chicken.
Yeah, I forgot Seth MacFarlane did the voice of the Emperor for the Star Wars stuff. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
I always forget Seth Green's in that show, so then I'm like,
as
I was sort of saying, I always forget that he's in it, so then I'll have played like Mass Effect or whatnot, then go watch an episode of Robot Chicken or whatnot. It's like, the fuck, Joker?
Yeah, exactly.
All the stuff's on that show.
I like trying to figure out who's doing the voice a lot for that show. I was like, is that Seth or is that one of the other guys?
The other Seth. That's Seth, the other Seth, or it's the other Seth?
Right. A lot of Seth's going on for that. I forgot that they actually made some of the toys like anatomically correct. So they have like moments where they like stripped out naked and you're seeing like a toy penis. And I was like, I don't remember that. And I don't know if I needed that, but here we are.
Yeah, it depends on what you watch Robot Chicken at now, because I think episodes are uncensored if you watch at certain places now.
Maybe that's what I remember before, that they would just blur it out, but because it's on HBO, it's instead of like Cartoon Network, the HBO doesn't care. I mean, Game of Thrones is one of their biggest shows, and they show floppy penises everywhere.
I mean, literally, like the first season of Game of Thrones has a woman just full on flashing her vagina as they ride by. So, like,
right, yeah. Exactly. HBO. We don't mind the nudity.
No, I mean, that's the point where most shows try to go to HBO.
Donnie says the stream is buffering for him mightily. I don't know.
I will try to like pedal faster so the stream comes in smoother.
I don't know. I'm not on Wi-Fi anymore, so I know it's not me. I'm
Yeah, then all of us, I'm wired in, and all of us,
I'm wired in.
I'm always wired in. Yep.
all of us are. It looks clear as day to us. I don't know if
Like-
it's just you or I don't know what it is actually.
I don't know. Like
John 32, let us know if you're experiencing the same thing that Donnie is.
yeah, because
Yes, let us know.
when I got my PC, I bought a 50-foot Ethernet cable. So
Hell yeah. That's what I ran one across my entire common space of my apartment just to get like the landlines over to the TV console center.
no. So the modem is out in the living room where my mom is. Just because it's the best, like it's where the internet plugin is.
Right.
And so then I literally ran a like 50-foot cable from there behind our like love seat, behind the bookshelf, around the corner into my room, and it like slightly goes across my room in front of my dresser into the back of my PC.
I got one of those black strips to put down so you can walk over the wire without worrying the trip on it. It's not that expensive either. So if you
it's something to look into. Yeah,
I highly recommend it. It's so easy to set up. You literally like just tuck the wire under and you plop it on the ground and you're good to go. Because I used to have the same thing where the wire is going in front of my sliding door that leads to the back balcony. And for the longest time, I just had a very unprofessional wire job, which I know will drive certain people nuts.
You can him by name. Dev does not like.
No, but this time around, when I redid my home internet setup last year, I decided to get that, and it looks so much nicer. And when I have people over, I don't have to be like, "Oh, don't trip over the cable," yada yada yada. But it's fun. It's fun to have new toys and new setups.
Oh yeah,
I got to tell you, I don't care. I'm not setting up none of that shit. You come to my house, you deal with what's in there. Now, granted, my house is not messy. My house is very clean and organized because that's how I am. But if you come out and the first thing you say is my cord management, I'm like, get the fuck out of my house.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, my concern is more
in the first place.
It's just somebody tripping over it and then yanking something out of the port or the console or whatever. Like, so
that's
I'm more,
fair.
How bad is your cord management when you have it like that? Like,
no, like I said, I had an Ethernet cable that like went in front of the sliding door so it could get over to where my TV. Like I'm pointing, like people can see. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Yeah, point over there. They can see it.
But yeah. So because I had it, the cable, the Ethernet cable only going in front of the sliding door. Sometimes there would be an issue that people would trip over.
They'd fall, then they sue you.
They don't sue shit. They don't remember because people come over and they get high.
Well, that's true. So
yeah. Anyway, here we are. We're playing video games. We're watching movies. We're watching TV.
How's your week been, Snurts? Let's start with
Snurts. Fine.
Haley has a interesting.
Oh yeah, Haley's got some interesting stuff. So we'll save me for a bit.
Nice. So I decided to get the beta test going for the Tokon Fighter Marvel. I am so glad. Yeah, shut up. Just fucking taking strays already. It was a lot of fun because my friend, who I used to play like Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue and DBZ Fighter Z with, randomly had a gig in LA. So we were able to hang out yesterday, or was it Saturday? One of the days. It was Saturday. And we get to play for a little bit. And I realized I don't like that game whatsoever. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, that's
so much Arc System. I'm so thankful for the beta test because like it's just not for me. I wasn't digging how it felt. I thought it felt a lot more stiff than Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. The 4-player combat was very confusing and would take a long time for me to learn. And I just kind of was thinking to myself, as much as I love these characters and this game developer, I don't know if I want to put in the time to learn this to get decent at it to the point where I'm so. I was going to buy this day one, but I am no longer in that camp, and I might pick it up down the road if it's like super cheap, kind of feeling like the Mortal Kombat thing. Like if it's free on the subscription or if it's super cheap on sale, I might go for it. But I am no longer excited to be buying this day one, and I'm definitely pumping the brakes hard because it didn't feel like any game that I played from Arc System before. And it didn't click with me right away. And I don't really want to put in the time to get to the point where it does.
Now you make me wonder, should I have played the beta?
No. So like from what I saw of clips of the beta, yeah, look, it seems very stiff. And I want to point out, I know that a lot of people don't care about Fantasy Critic, but like I have this game counterpicked in Fantasy Critic because the stiffness has been noted for months. Like this has been a big thing that people have been complaining about. So I don't know how well this game is going to review because it's very stiff for a fighting game. Now the animations look crisp and clean and everything like works well together, but like the stiffness of the characters is a big thing, especially in a fighting game, because then you're like running into like rollback code and other things, and it's just
Well, it feels more like a Street Fighter or a Mortal Kombat than any of their previous games. Like Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, DBZ did not feel like this.
Okay, and I like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, so that's not a bad thing for me.
No, you might like it, Delvin. I'm telling you, like, I don't think this is a bad game.
No,
this is just not a fighting game that I'm willing to put the time in to get good at. And I was really turned off by my limited time that I played it over the weekend. It just didn't click for me. I think it's going to click for a lot of people.
Oh, it probably
just not for me.
I just don't know how well it'll do critically, which isn't a big deal. I'm just pointing out that like the stiffness of characters has been reported for months.
Yeah. A lot of those characters hard.
Hell yeah. Especially looking at Storm. Woo.
Yeah, like that Marvel.
If Storm's hard, I have questions for you.
No, like looking at Storm.
That's a good point.
Anyway, I do think it'll be very popular, and I'm curious to see what it looks like when the pros are playing it at like Evo. That's always when I enjoy fighting games the most because they show me what the full potential is for the game. I just would not be moving forward with it. I also have been playing a crap ton of Black Flag, and I almost got that game wrapped up.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So you like Black Flag?
Love Black Flag. It's been fantastic. I'm so glad they got rid of all the modern day stuff. The quality of life improvements.
Fuck you, nerds. Fuck you.
Okay. So they got rid of the modern day stuff in the game?
You don't have to go to the HR seminar at the beginning and collect Post-it notes and worry about IT and stuff like that.
They did, but they didn't. So the modern day
fundamentally changed the game?
Huh. It's just pirates.
No, it's not. The modern day is still there. Whether you engage with it is up to you. You're not actually exiting the Animus, but the modern day is still in the game.
Oh yeah, that's when they have the weird robot VR sections with like the people with the tight butts. It was really strange. Those butts were tight. Have you played any of those? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know.
Like, you're getting the hints that something's wrong, and you're getting the hints that you're following a dark path.
I haven't experienced that in Black Flag yet. But
okay.
I've experienced several of those in Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is where this type of modern day story started.
With the tight butts. What kind of game are y'all playing?
Okay, so
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So for reference, Delvin, basically with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they changed how the modern day works because some people love it, some people hate it. So they've made it in a way where like you don't have to interact with it if you don't want to. But this leads to weird things where like the way they tell the modern day story now is like, for people who know how the Animus works, you're in the Animus taking control of like Edward or Cassandra or Ezio, etc., right? But the new modern day story just strips the avatar from you, so you're like a wireframe, like stiff, like
you're like a mannequin.
You're like a mannequin model in like the Animus, running through like a path that's like digitally altered. It's like black and white parkour.
You'll kind of see these like shiny little portal areas, and you go up and click it, and then you get kind of transported into basically the holodeck or the Artemis, right?
Yeah, and it's just like a quick like parkour puzzle type thing in Shadows, at least. I don't know if it's like that in Black Flag Recent because I haven't got there yet. But it's basically that's how they worked in Shadows. Is it was like a parkour puzzle and with a boss fight where like you used character abilities. And
this one you kind of had this weird deal where you had to follow a lot of people while carrying a chest, and it had all sorts of implications about the plot of Edward Kenny and like the choices that he makes and how that's affecting you and the moral, quandaries or whatever. Quandaries? I don't know.
So the modern day is still there, but also they've skipped ahead because for anybody who doesn't know, at the end of Valhalla, the new modern day protagonist that they started with in Origins, Layla, died. She died in Valhalla, and then
We're
Basim.
just spoiling the shit out of that game.
I'm spoiling the modern game for Valhalla, which came out in 2020. Anybody who wants to get mad at me, oh no,
They will.
that's fine. I'm the secretary of the spoil. What do you want from me?
That is true.
But also no. She died and Basim took control. Now people expected Basim would be the new modern day protagonist because,
No.
he
Don't
kind of
agree.
took control of the staff from her that she got from Cassandra. But no. Instead, they've skipped like 60 years into the future for the modern day. So it's like the year 2099 in Assassin's
Spider-Man.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. Marvel
Fuck
2099. Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like,
Ravage, baby.
in those data files you can find in the games there, Snurks, it mentions that like the year is 2099. And so like, yeah, there's a
Now I need to look up and see if those comic books are on sale.
I was just thinking, I wonder if nerds in 2099 are going to be like those idiots with their 2099 Marvel run from the ancient times. Yeah, so I get it. Like, it's not, I personally am not here for any of the greater Assassin's Creed plot whatsoever. I'm here to be a pirate, to do the battles, to do exploration, and all the little fun various games. This game, Black Flag, does a really good job of giving you a lot to do without making you feel overwhelmed. And the different things you can do have enough variety to them that it kind of keeps you going, keeps you wanting to play. You know, you get bored with doing assassin stuff, you can go do ship combat. You get bored with both of that, you can do exploration or find the treasure hunt stuff. And I love how they have maps and they have coordinates on the map, and you just literally set a marker to it and you're off to the races. So enjoying that game a lot. I'm glad it is a good remake, and I don't think I'll ever have to fire up my 360 copy of the game ever again.
Like,
can I say something? As
Sure.
my friend Rebecca would say, that present day stuff sounds dumb as fuck. What y'all explain?
Thank you.
Sounds
Thank
stupid.
you.
Like, why did they change it over like that? I'm trying like what?
okay, so Delvin, did you ever play the original Black Flag?
Yeah, I played the original Black Flag.
Okay,
I played all
so
those original Assassin's
yes,
Creed games.
but
I was all into Ass Creed.
Ass Creed, got it. You
Yeah,
like the
from-
ass?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
the first one. So I
In
want to say
2007.
Brotherhood.
Okay.
Sure.
So you were there until Brotherhood.
I played Brotherhood too.
Well, no, I mean that, but Black Flag came out after Brotherhood.
After which was the last one they came out with? The last one with the old formula.
Syndicate.
Yes, that's a Syndicate. The
and
modern ones I didn't play as much. I played the one with the Vikings. I can't remember the name of that one.
that's Valhalla.
Valhalla. I played Valhalla a little bit, like 30 hours. That's a little bit. That's about.
The Greek one came out before Valhalla. That's Odyssey.
Did not play that one. I haven't. Did not play that one.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's my
I did not
favorite
play
Assassin's
Shadows.
Creed
I have
game.
Shadows. I have not even turned it on yet.
Don't. It's not good. It's not good.
Okay, I won't turn it
And I'm the Assassin's Creed aficionado, so like if I'm telling you it's bad, it's bad.
on. I'll turn it on then. I just will just stare at it for the rest of my life.
What was the one that was set in France, but all the characters that were NPCs had English accents?
Syndicate.
So actually, there's a lore reason for that. If you didn't know, like they actually like specifically because of where like they actually have in-game lore for why everybody sounds British in their like where they record.
Colonization.
I just
Well,
know
sure,
it's the middle of the
colonization.
French Revolution, and they're
And everybody sounds
guillotining people
British.
left and right.
Yeah.
And you'll be going down the street. And it's like Papa's for breakfast, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What?
Hello, governor.
Yeah,
doing
it's
here?
cocky too. It's
you
not
wanted
even
the-
like subtle British or
No,
like
yeah,
aristocratic. It is.
You
like,
wanted
oi.
Oi!
wanted the name there for that. That's Unity, by the way.
That's
the one that
Unity.
had
That's
the
Unity?
much.
Okay.
That was the one that had the much maligned release, where like you could see inside the character model, and all that was there was like the eyes and the like.
Yeah. They
So,
couldn't
no.
afford French people.
Yeah.
Oh no, we can only afford 3 French people. I'm bloody as shit.
Hot mega. The lore reason for why everybody sounds British, no matter which Assassin's Creed game you're playing, is because the animus detects like the local region that you live in and translates everybody to that.
Even though people are speaking Spanish and Portuguese.
I don't disagree that it's dumb, but they did at least give a lore reason for why that is.
Look, we got to stop making excuses for bad game design.
Right.
like,
Just because they put it in a spreadsheet and they're like, oh, let's do a little reader file here so they know it's part of the lore. I look at that and I go, you already had English like crowd noises from Assassin's Creed 3 probably because it was set in the colonies. And you're like, you know what? Let's just recycle. We already got the audio file.
Everybody
Let's just
sounds like
recycle
they're
the same
from fucking
thing.
England.
Yeah, 100%.
No, Odyssey. If you've never played Odyssey, Delvin, I highly recommend it. Like, it's very good. It's a very good Greek mythology simulator. A lot of people don't like it because it's not really. It doesn't. It takes place way before the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is even like invented, like 400 years before.
They mess up the lore. They're not following canon. They're not following historical facts like the movie The Odyssey, which is based on a fictional property.
And they'll be in the middle of the Mediterranean. They'll be here, kippos for breakfast.
Hold on. But also, dude, the outrage around the Odyssey, which I haven't seen, but I know that Delvin Jr. did, which I hope he loved it.
Hell, I took him to see it. I know Delvin Jr. saw it. Yeah, because his dad took him to see it.
I know that. That's the reason we didn't record 2 weeks ago.
You were like, I know Delvin Jr. said, yeah. You could have like, I know you saw it, Delvin.
Yeah, but when you messaged me to tell me we needed to change recording dates, it was all about Delvin Jr. So I was just making it about Delvin Jr.
I didn't give a fuck about that movie. I could have gave a fuck less. It was good.
How was the 3-hour movie, by the way?
It was good. It was enjoyable, but I wasn't like rushing to go see it. I went because I got since we already talked about it, I got press passes to go see the movie because back in the day I've talked about this for plenty of times. I used to like do reviews and stuff. I worked for a movie review site and a couple of like hip hop sites and stuff like that. And during my time doing that, I used to get press passes and stuff to go see movies and stuff. So I used to see a lot of movies for free and do reviews on those movies and things. And they still send me the press pass. So sometimes I get a press pass from, not even sometimes, quite often actually. Like I got one for Disclosure Day. I just didn't go see it. I got one. I didn't think I was gonna get one for the Odyssey. But just something for the Odyssey. Like, all right, I'll go see the Odyssey. I know he wanted to see it really bad and stuff like that. So we ended up going to see it. It was good. It was very good. Long movie. Yeah, very long.
I'm sure it's good. I know this is going to piss off the cinephiles, but I'm just going to wait for it to come out and I'll watch it at home.
That's okay. I'm going to piss off the cinephiles too. I don't like most Christopher Nolan movies.
Oh, I like most Christopher Nolan movies. I don't go to the theaters that often, and I just don't care.
Well, yeah, there's that. I want to say I like all Christopher Nolan movies.
The only Christopher Nolan movies that I've enjoyed are the Batman movies he did, and they're not even good Batman movies. Uh-oh. Like, they're good movies. They're not good Batman movies.
Well, they're okay.
I like Memento.
Hey, man, it shouldn't take 50 minutes into Batman Begins for Batman to begin.
That's why it's Batman Begins.
Right.
He's beginning.
It's not Batman at the start.
Uh-huh. Anyways, it should not.
So I'll take it, Haley. You like the Batman better than Batman Begins?
Yeah, I do.
Which I actually kind of agree with. I like the Batman better. The Batman is an underrated movie, strangely enough.
So I like the Batman, better than Batman Begins. I like the Dark Knight better than the Batman. But I like the
Batman better than the
Dark Knight Rises. Yeah,
because Dark Knight Rises is a goddamn awful movie.
What are you talking about? It's a fantastical film, and everybody should give it the accolades that it deserves.
I hate that movie has like completely fucked up Bane, because not every time you see Bane in a property, he has that dumbass voice.
The Harley Quinn cartoon, though. Dude, I gave them a pass because they really make him an idiot. That's a lovable idiot.
Funny. No. Anytime you see Bane, now he's got that stupid so like
explosions. I like explosions.
Well, hold on. So here's
fire rises, brother.
Yeah, no. Here's my thing, though.
You will stay behind. They're expecting somebody in the wreckage.
I don't know if Snurks knows this, but they're making an absolute Batman animated series, right?
Like, I know that.
I know that.
The comic book is excellent.
Oh, yes. It is. But
I read that.
Bane in that movie, or in that show, is he gonna sound like this? Because Bane's like 6 times taller than fucking Bruce in that fucking thing. Like, and Bruce is big in Absolute Batman. Bane is like 400 feet.
Also, Bane is Latin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like this, why does he sound like that? He's Latin.
I
Makes
was
no
more
fucking
curious
sense.
about the Nightfall cartoon movie that's coming out. I hope they make him Latin in that one, and they actually kind of
They should.
Please.
Cast
Reset.
for that is available. Give me a sec.
Oh my god, if it says something like Ryan Gosling is Bane, I'm not going to be happy.
No. Hey, speaking of Ryan Gosling, though, he is going to be Ghost Rider,
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
which I'm very excited for. I'm less excited that Michael Mando is Bane in Nightfall.
I don't know who that is. Is
Voss
that
from Far Cry
See,
3.
Can't see me.
Voss from Far Cry 3 is
Oh, that's
Michael
great.
Mando.
That's who should be. That's perfect. That's perfect
Yeah.
casting.
much better?
No. No. But yeah, no. Bane is Latin, so it's very
Yes.
weird that he's got this like. I was born in the darkness. You were really molded by it. Like,
It's so ridiculous that he has that voice. And if I remember correctly, in Dark Knight Rises, he's like Arab.
yeah.
He like
Yes, yes. Because
and he
he's
has,
part
like,
of
this-
like he's part of like the League of
Assassins,
Assassins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is Arab, and he has like this weird
And-
British type voice.
And again, nobody can consistently pronounce Ra's al Ghul's fucking name. They all just call him Ra's al Ghul. It's Ra's.
Correct.
Like,
Look
it's,
at John
it's a-
32.
Hold on. I'm not
Look at
insulting Tom Hardy. I just think it's funny that he gave Bane that accent.
Look at John 32. I love John Hardy. He's a fucking absolutely terrible actor. He is an awful actor, but everything he's in, I'm mesmerized by. Like, he made
Sure.
the Venom movie fun.
Oh, dude,
Yes.
him getting in that fucking lobster tank in Venom 1.
like the Venom movie is so bad, but
Oh,
it's so enjoyable.
Yeah, it's so.
Because I would-
Any movie
Yeah.
that Tom Hardy is in, whether it's a good movie or not, Tom Hardy is always usually the most enjoyable part of it because dude's just having the time.
I agree.
It cracks me up too because there's a meme going around. It's like, why is Tom Hardy's face always covered in movies? And they show him in like Dunkirk as Bane and Mad Max, where Mad Max, most of his dialogue was grunts, and he did that pretty good.
Tom Hardy is the opposite of Jared Leto. When Jared Leto fucks up every character he does, Tom Hardy actually makes every character he does kind of better. And
Sure,
it's not
yeah.
because he's good. It's just because he's just being Tom Hardy as that character. Like every character Jared Leto plays, he completely fucks it up. Like he
what,
played
about Masters,
Joker.
what about Masters of the Universe? I've heard he does a very good Skeletor.
He's very-
Skeletor,
that's the only
he's good
one-
at Skeletor. But like,
He
you know,
does- that's the
But
only role he and that's
also, again, yeah, Donnie, what do you expect? You know what you're getting with this show.
we are doing a podcast about goddamn PlayStation. What the fuck you expect?
right.
Anyways, no, Jared Leto is exactly the kind of guy who, like, if you hear he's in a movie, it bombs because everybody, like, why does
'Cause
this
he's
guy keep getting
terrible.
roles?
He's awful. He is an awful. Every movie he's in, he fucks up.
I'm
Morbius,
so
he's
sad
terrible.
we're never gonna get another Tron movie because he sounds so bad in that movie.
Yes,
Requiem for a Dream, but he also plays a heroin addict. So
which is accurate. He's playing himself. Fucking crackhead. That's why. That's why. I will say this. He's awesome in Master of the Universe.
He
Only
is.
role
He
I
plays a good
haven't watched.
Skeletor.
It's on Prime, but like I haven't watched it yet. So.
Everybody should watch that movie. It's excellent on Prime. It's a very fun movie. Very fun movie.
I loved it.
I love
It was-
the part where He-Man tells him, "Won't you fight me, man, face to face?" He's like, "First of all, I have no face. Second of all, no."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip of that where it's like, I don't have a face, but also I don't want to. Like,
I'm also very curious to see how many people go as like Jim Bro Skeletor.
for
For
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm curious how many Skeletor cosplays I'll see at Fan Expo in a couple weeks. So
Probably
Sure.
not.
I thought the Masters of the Universe movie was fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I'm glad it has overall positive, and I feel like it's one of those things that's going to be a cult classic. Where
yeah,
it didn't do good in the movies, but kind of gained a following after the fact.
I don't know if we've talked about it on the show, but I've seen Supergirl 3 times. I don't know if Supergirl is gonna have the same reaction because people in theaters
Probably.
did not like it critically, but as people go from the theatrical release, I'm seeing more people like it. Which
It's
there's
gonna
some
be like
interest.
Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, and again, this
Sure.
movie was getting hated on and criticized for things that weren't even publicized before it
Like
was out
Captain Marvel.
because literally it was just a woman. Also, one of the criticisms for that movie is fucking insane to me. They're like, Millie Alcock was an ugly choice for Supergirl. Have you seen Millie Alcock? What?
People are just weird. Especially about Supergirl in general, because the history of Supergirl and
Oh.
the way she's like looked in comics books and stuff like that. People kind of just are weird about that.
Oh, I mean, I also saw people upset that Comet wasn't included in the movie, and I'm like, good. They didn't include the horse that she sleeps.
Yeah. We don't have to include all. We don't have to include all the lore.
Yeah.
No, because some of it is just stupid.
We don't need to include the guy who was turned into a horse. She did not sleep with him as the horse. He just got cursed to be a horse. But like, bro, yeah, that's been retconned out of existence. So don't worry
Didn't
about
bring that up. I wasn't going to mention it.
I like how Delvin's like, we should not include all of the lore. And Haley's like, and she didn't fuck the horse.
Yes, exactly. Well, she didn't actually fuck the horse. He was a person before he was like, oh, well,
I mean, he was a person before he got cursed to be a horse. But also, yeah, Comet's a weird character. So yeah, Comet, fucking dude. Some of the characters in Supergirl's supporting cast are so fucking wild.
Someone was looking at space stuff and we're like, I need a name for a horse. Comet, that'll work.
Yeah,
that is something. So Haley, what you been doing?
Okay, so it's been a bit since we recorded. So I've been working a lot. Everybody knows that I was going through my disability tribunal. And everybody should probably
don't know that, Haley.
I talked about it on the last show. I said I was going for one. I talked about it. I remember that.
Okay.
So I've said it on the show, but I'm emphasizing the point here. I went for it and I won.
Cool.
So I won. New car?
I won my.
You won a new car.
No, I won. I won Am I gonna do with a car? I can't drive.
The price is right.
Yeah.
Put it down.
Anyways, what did I win? I won the government recognizing that I am disabled. So
That's
I won
awesome.
back pay from the moment of my application last year, which I used that money to build a PC. So I've done that.
Very responsible of you.
Hey, component prices are only going to go up, brother. I will take the money that I had to build the PC now. That's going to last me at least 10 years. This thing
it's not going to last more than a week. That PC is already outdated.
No. I was talking to the guys at the computer shop, and they're like, besides getting a 5090, everything here, you're going to be good. Like
they lied.
I don't care. I'm having fun with it. It works well. Also, this is the quietest computer I've ever seen, and the coldest too. Like this thing's water cooled, so but like it feels like ice if I touch it. So
that's good.
It runs great while running games. So I've been playing Assassin's Creed, Black Flag Resynced on it. It's phenomenal, and I didn't have to restart. I just transferred my save over from PlayStation, and it just
that works perfectly. That's great.
Yeah, because Ubisoft is good about that. Starting with Valhalla, all of their games do like cloud save. So like you have a main file that just uploads to the cloud, and then you just pop it over when you switch a platform, and it's right there. The only thing that doesn't transfer if you don't let's say you buy. I'm going to use Odyssey because it has 6 DLC packs. Let's say you buy Odyssey on PC. Now,
Okay.
Odyssey doesn't support cloud save, but I'm just using it as an example. And it supported cloud save, but you bought it on PC and it's just the base game, and you don't have the DLC on PC. It does not support the fact that you owned the DLC on a different platform. You still need to buy that to use that content on PC. That goes for all Assassin's Creed games. But if I just popped over my save from Valhalla, for example, which I don't own on PC yet, but I will when it goes on sale, I could just load it in and then boom. So it completely saved my progress. So I'm in sequence 4. I just unlocked the mansion, Snurts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I unlocked
the first Snurts.
Well, Snurts is probably way farther than me, because the other thing that's been going on this week is I only got the PC on Tuesday, which is fine because I bought the parts for it Friday. But because my disability settlement came in Thursday, we bought the parts for it on Friday. Friend built it over the weekend. Boom. And then Monday morning at 9 a.m. I think. No, it was 8 a.m. Either way, I went in for surgery. So I have really barely been on my computer this week. So I haven't made much progress in any video games. This is the longest I've been on the computer all week.
So you're going to tell people what surgery you got?
I am going to tell people what surgery I got.
You can let them know that you got the breast implants already.
I fucking wish, brother. No. I had septoplasty because I don't know how different my voice sounds to anybody listening, but people have told me it sounds less nasally since I had this surgery. I have had a deviated septum since I was 4 years old because I was a fucking dumbass and walked into a parking meter. And they would not fix it, despite the fact that I have not been able to breathe out of my nose since I was 4 years old. They were like, nah, it's cosmetic. We don't need to fix that.
So is it easier for you to eat and stuff like that now?
Not yet, because my nose is still congested from the surgery. But
okay,
it's supposed to help with that as time goes on. It's only been a week, right? I had the surgery last Monday. So
this should help with your sleep apnea too.
You would hope. We'll see. I don't know. I might also need a CPAP machine, but now that I'm on disability, I can actually get one of those. So,
which is good.
Yeah, I just won't get that until after the con, because once you start sleeping with one, you'll always need one. And
did I ever talk about it here? The results of what they said about my sleep test?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they said I don't need one, which is a thing that they never said. They're like, oh yeah, how the fuck they sold you up for this?
So originally they didn't want to give me one. They were like, yeah, you're like a case where if you lie on your back, it's really severe. You stop breathing 40 times a minute, or an hour, right? 40 times an hour, right? But if you lie on your side,
hold on. You said you stop breathing 40 times an hour?
Uh-huh.
You know how many times it's 40 times an hour?
It's not quite a minute per time, but that sounds like a lot.
That sounds like a lot. They're like you'll be fine.
Hold on. They literally, I'm not kidding you, Delvin. They were like, if you lie on your back, it's 40 times an hour. If you lie on your side, it's only 10.
It's still 2/3 of the time you're not breathing.
Hold on. My favorite part.
Or am I making? No, that math isn't.
Just lie on your side. You don't need to worry about that. So they didn't prescribe me one until I went back earlier this year for my follow-up appointment, and they were like, so how's your sleep? I'm like, shit. What do you like? It hasn't improved at all. I thought, we can give you a sleep apnea, a CPAP machine recommendation. I'm gonna tell you it's $300-400. I was like, awesome. Is that covered or what? They're like, if you're
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Fuck, we paying for that for?
Yeah. So
you're only not breathing. Get over it.
Yeah. Get over it.
We'll see.
I'm just curious. What is the thought process about it? Because I know when I sleep, sometimes I sleep on my side, sometimes I sleep on my back. Sometimes I just roll over because that's how sleep works. So I just feel you just lay in this one position all night.
They literally were like, find a way to configure yourself so you don't roll over onto your back. And I was like, do you know how hard it is to restrain a person while they're sleeping?
Yeah.
I gotta strap myself in so I'm in this one position.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not how that works. And also, if I'm restraining myself, how the fuck do I get up and go to the bathroom? I'm
You
not
don't.
piss-
You don't?
I'm not pissing myself in my sleep. Thanks.
Well,
Mm,
Yeah. Do you know
mm.
something I don't, sir?
well, I don't know. Maybe.
Uh huh. No. So basically, they're like, okay, well, we'll do it. So I called the place, and they're like, yeah, it's this, and this. But if you're on ODSP, you can get it covered. And I was like, okay, cool. I have a tribunal at some point soon. This was like back in April. So if you get approved, call us, and yeah, I'll call them back after the convention because if
I
you start-
appreciate that you have just like killed the lore of how good Americans think Canada's healthcare system is. And then we hear your stories like maybe it's not so good.
Well, hold on. Our healthcare, like hospital, seeing a doctor, etc., great. But if you need stuff medication-wise, no. If you
But
need
that's
stuff,
important.
That is a part of medicine.
I do
Yeah,
not disagree.
The
If
medicine
one
is
of the
part
most
of
important
medicine.
parts.
you know what else isn't covered in Canada? Dental care.
Can you imagine Snopes, can you imagine going to the hospital if they're like, hey, you have cancer, but we can't give you the medicine for it?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
that's
You gotta-
covered.
You gotta figure that shit out.
The chemo's free, but all the other pills that you have to take, it's all
you're
on
your
you.
own.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of medication, but it's usually covered by OHIP or whatnot. So, and for those stuff that's not, there's Trillium or disability or OW, etc. But like, yeah, so it's not the best, but it's like you could see a doctor without it costing you $600, which is good.
We can do that too here too. Just get shot. $1 million you want. We'll take you.
Uh-huh. Either way, yes, I've killed the Lord. That's fine. But once you start sleeping with a CPAP machine, you're generally going to need one for the rest of your life, from how I understand it. So I'll get it after the con, since I'm going to be sleeping at a friend's house for the con.
Is that accurate?
I don't
So
know.
once
no
once
idea.
you start using it, you just can't stop. You cannot stop using it.
I mean, it sounds like medical treatment in general.
I mean,
You'll need this forever. Give us money.
my favorite thing about medical treatment was when someone was like, "Oh, you start taking this estrogen, you're going to need it for the rest of your life." Yeah, that's the point, brother. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'd like to be alive. I'm fine with that. Thank you.
I appreciate you using the Hulk Hogan slang. Give me the estrogen, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I say brother a lot. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not even Hulk Hogan related. I just say it a lot. Like,
All the Hulkamaniacs and the estrogen.
oh. Speaking of, fuck Hulk Hogan. Fuck that guy. Anyways, I have tickets for Spider-Man on Friday, so I'm excited for that.
Spider-Man is this Friday?
It is.
Yes.
God,
July
damn,
31st.
time is flying. I guess I need
Yeah.
to go do something about that, huh, man? I need to get some tickets.
I also managed to get my tickets for Avengers Doomsday this week as well.
You're one of those people who buy tickets like 6 months in advance.
I was
Hey,
gonna
man,
say.
I made sure I could see it the day before it opens at 1 p.m. December 17th, 1 p.m.
There'll be tickets.
I remember back in the day, they were like
this isn't
midnight.
the Beatles.
1 p.m. kind of cracks me up because it was like I remember like, no, you want to see that midnight, start
Wow.
camping out,
1 p.m. is because this movie is also 3 hours long, almost. It's 2 hours 45 minutes, but it's still.
You're not helping this movie at all, Haley. Now I
Hold
don't
on.
want to see it.
Hold on.
now
This
I'm like,
is- This is an Avengers movie. What do you expect? It's gonna be long. It's gonna.
once you said 3, I'm like, oh.
But,
right?
but also, like, I grabbed it, and 1 p.m. makes sense because it's in December, so like, it's also like right before Christmas, so like everybody's gonna be like out of school, etc. for the
You're not
holidays.
selling me on this movie, Haley. You're like, it's clear.
Hey, you know what? When I gotta make it clear. When I go to the movies, I get the fucking like extra comfy chair with a wall between me and my seat partner, so I don't have to fucking deal with people. So it's like there's me, this little table, and a wall that I can hang my jacket and stuff. But the wall also protects from me seeing other people's stupid bullshit of them being on their fucking phone in the movie theater. Who goes to a movie theater and spends their time on the fucking phone? Fuck off.
A lot of people.
Yeah,
A
too
lot
many
of weird
people.
people.
Where's the
Too
movie
many.
theater etiquette, bro?
She's like, I want my own cubicle for this experience.
1 year anniversary of Hulk dying this past weekend. Yeah.
The following comment was best vacation ever. So
Yes, best vacation ever. Yes, Hulk Hogan died on Downey's vacation. He was a very happy man. I like him.
Oh, that Hulk. I was very confused. I'm like, they didn't kill Harrison Ford.
no, Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. I saw him in he was on the A-Team episode recently that I watched along with the Tyler.
Well, he wasn't on no episode
Perry.
recently.
Hold on.
But I recently watched.
Television
But I
show?
recently watched. And I find it funny that he was like a youth like counselor who also did wrestling, and I was just like, this fucking asshole.
much like in his regular life, he lied to that too.
Right?
Oh.
I was like, they putting on
Yeah.
this like really shiny exterior to what Hogan was.
Hulk Hogan-
He was working with Mr. T,
Any-
like help them kids and then shit like that. And it was,
Let me tell you about Jesus, brother.
Yeah. You gotta take care of your mama. You know?
Let me tell you about Jesus. I'm good. I'm leaving. Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody who I wouldn't listen to. That guy.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, no.
There was also an action movie with Hulk Hogan where they gave him like a wig to cover up his balding head, and they gave him kind of like
There's several
Barbie hair.
action movies with Hulk Hogan. And they're all
And it
terrible.
cracked me the hell up.
Hulk
By the time he got
Hogan
to
is
Suburban
terrible.
Commando, he was still doing his bald, like,
Also,
long hair look.
Why
but-
is it like a common pipeline of like wrestlers to actors, and most of them aren't very good? The only one who's actually been decent at that transition is John Cena.
Well, because wrestling is acting.
I know that,
Yeah.
but like,
Batista's
why are they
good.
then trying to act in movies? And the only one
money.
who's been semi decent at it is fucking John Cena.
Batista's pretty good at it.
Because they're ripped and
Yeah.
they look like the action heroes,
That is
like
Sure, but at least John Cena is acting in like different types of movies, or not just anytime a Dwayne Johnson's in a movie. I'm like, cool. So that's just Dwayne Johnson in a fucking movie. And they
Correct.
you have to see his earlier work when he was trying harder.
Yeah.
When was Dwayne Johnson ever trying? It's always just been the same character.
Oh, I like that movie with him and Stifler. I forget what it's called.
I like when he was trying to change the DC universe.
The hierarchy of power of the DC universe is about to change. Dude, did you hear that like right before James Gunn and Safran were announced, he was out there like trying to negotiate the future of the DC universe, and then they announced they announced fucking James Gunn and Peter Safran as like the heads of DC and like what was going, and like Superman was going to be recast and everything, and The Rock was out here going, huh? I'm in charge. What are you talking about?
I remember that. Yeah.
Fucking crazy, dude.
The legend.
Oh,
He got to make his movie. He should be happy.
he's not. He's not happy. He's out. Did you see he was out here doing live action Moana? That shit looked terrible.
It does look terrible. It does.
I don't like any of those live action remakes anyway.
I don't
It's
either.
just a cash grab, and it's annoying.
Hey, what if they do live action Toy Story? That would be jarring.
But with
Don't worry,
with Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, they're old as shit. That'd be hilarious.
That's what they should do it. Yeah, now,
Yeah, right.
now you just sold me on it.
Yeah,
Old ass Tim Allen as a toy.
Right?
Like just dressed up as a toy.
just sitting there like, you stupid toys. Just, I feel like he's smoking a cigarette all of a sudden. Buzz is smoking cigarettes.
Yes, we need that.
Saving Red is good. I like that one.
Yeah. No, other than that, like just because I know we're 47 minutes in and we're not at the news yet. Besides the PC and the surgery, most everything's good. I did get told by my doctor I'm not allowed to go back to work until after Wednesday. So that's fun.
That's good. You gotta go back to work.
Yeah, it's not good money wise though.
Well, but your health is more
But-
important than money.
Right. And also, I
Yeah.
feel like you getting on the disability is the
pay at
bureaucratical
the end of the
hurdle that
Yeah.
you kind of needed to get more benefits from the system.
Yeah. Yeah. They pay in arrears. So like for
Oh.
July, I get
Whoa.
Phrasing.
what they pay in arrears. Like
Oh, wait, that's not what I heard.
It sounded like you said they pay in the rear. I'm like, whoa.
Pay
What is
in-
going on?
I
they
think-
pay in arrears. So for the month of July, I get paid on July 31st.
I
For
see.
the month of August, I get paid on
So they're
August
not
31st.
paying you in your rear. They're not just dropping 20s down there. and
I
shit.
would have just said the end of the month. They pay at the end of the month.
Well,
I don't know
even
these
still,
fancy-
saying they pay it at the end of the month could be for the month ahead. But no, they pay it in like for the month that just happened. So
Gotcha.
Yes. You're 1 week behind. In the rear.
I was gonna say, is it behind another joke? Like I don't.
I got nothing. I'm just excited for Spider-Man on Friday. So
It does
Am I
look
going
good.
to see Spider-Man this Friday? Probably not.
I have tickets for 7 p.m. at Friday.
I have like a job, shit, responsibilities.
I got next week off. I should just go to the movies at like noon on a Tuesday.
I will say,
should-
what was really cute when I bought my Spider-Man tickets is every filled seat was a Spidey mask.
Oh, okay,
I
sweet.
don't know what the fuck that is, but okay.
No, like the Spider-Man
Like the little
mask,
icon.
The icon for a filled seat that was not available to buy was just Spidey's
Oh,
face.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I should like talk to Donnie and like we should record Shackle like Friday night so that I can lie to everybody and tell people, hey, I'm recording Sunday and not really recording Sunday. Just go to the fucking movies.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you can't you record early, or does like the going live thing on
We
YouTube
record
and Twitch?
early on the Sunday. We record like
Oh,
11
sure.
a.m.
That is early. Yeah.
That's early.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, want to get to this news?
Yeah.
Here's some news you can use.
All right.
I mean, Halo 2 is apparently all but confirmed from a MCU like post credit scene with everyone's favorite sergeant.
Halo 2?
No, Halo 1 Combat Evolved. You know, it's coming out.
So
People got to play it a little bit early, and apparently at the end they have the sergeant chilling on a beach, and he's like, "See you in the next one."
So like
Yeah.
an MCU in there. They're like,
So my favorite part
Correct.
about that is that shit's not coming to PlayStation, by the way. Like
Yeah.
them saying "see you in the sequel." Yeah, that's not. If they do Halo 2 campaign evolved, that shit's not coming to PlayStation. I can tell you that right now. Like,
I can't tell you anything because Xbox takes it on a case by case basis.
on a case by case basis, sure, but they keep going out here being like, "Oh, we're gonna have a more consistent, streamlined thing." At this point, I'm just assuming that anything they announced going forward is gonna be PC, Xbox only. So
I gotta tell you, we'll be lucky if we get another goddamn Halo game. Unless Halo
Yeah.
for PlayStation.
I
Right.
have not bought this yet. I plan to pick it up later this year. It is one that I want to play, but
I have bought it. I played it.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
It's good. It's a great remake. I enjoy the remake. I just hate the way you have to sign up to it. Like,
Oh.
you cannot play the game at all. You can't even get into the fucking game until
if you don't
sign
have
up
a
for Xbox.
Microsoft account, yeah.
You have to sign into your Microsoft account and your PlayStation account.
Oh, I
Yep.
see.
For a single player game, by the way, you shouldn't need to sign into the Xbox account for a single player game.
For a
But
single
they had
player
a
experience.
4-player co-op for this one.
I mean, sure,
Yeah, but
if
you
you're
can't
not gonna
even get
play,
to
if
the
you're not going
screen.
to play the co-op, you just want to play by yourself, which is exactly what Delvin does.
Oh, I
If
see.
Delvin doesn't
Yeah.
do co-op.
This is the thing. You can't get past. You can't get to the start screen. You can't even get to the start screen unless you sign into your Xbox account.
Gotcha.
Like there's
Yeah.
no other option. Like as soon as you turn on the game, it goes to sign in your Xbox account.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can't get past that and play the game or get to any of the other functions until you sign in.
I will point
Hmm.
out Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation is the same thing. You open the game and the first thing it does is prompt you to sign into your Xbox account. If you don't do it, you can't do anything. It just closes the game.
Which is stupid.
I thought Gears of War was the same way, but
No.
my memory is
No.
not.
No,
You
Gears
just
doesn't
sign
make
in.
Gears
No?
doesn't make you sign in at all unless you want to play cross-play multiplayer.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I
Gears,
think
you
I
just
was
start right into
prompted to link my account at some
You can
point.
be prompted, but you can back out of it, play the campaign, do
Yeah.
co-op
I
online
see.
with anybody,
Okay.
no problem.
Where there's
doesn't
this
make you
one,
do
they
anything.
force you to do it no matter
Yeah,
what.
you have to
Yeah.
sign it. Like
Gotcha.
if you buy the disc-based game, you cannot play unless you sign into your Xbox account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and once you're signed in, right? So after that, it's clear sailing.
Yeah, after
but-
that you're good.
yeah.
I know, but when
I
was
feel the
doing-
same way, honestly, about Ubisoft games. Like every time they're like, if my account isn't linked or whatever, and you got to connect to the Ubisoft thing, and there's all
Well,
this
where
other
are you
extra stuff.
playing them?
My PlayStation.
That's different. They're making you sign in for metrics. But for example, also I've explained this earlier in the show. They're also making you sign in so you have your save if you want to play.
But I'm
them.
talking about just from a user standpoint. It's like an extra layer that you got to go through before
Sure,
playing
but
the game.
most people's Ubisoft account is just by default their PlayStation Network account. Like that's how I signed into my Ubisoft account on
Sure.
my PC. It's just my PlayStation account.
Hell,
But that,
it'll
my
be a
point
fucking
being is like
Ubisoft.
there's more and more games out there that you have to sign into all these different accounts to play
What
or
was
to
that,
get the
Delvin?
full experience. So
Say, Haley, you're being big Ubisoft. You're talking for the man.
Oh, what? Like Gluck? Sure. I don't know, man. Like,
what was that?
you know what that was.
I
That was
also
just-
heard for this Halo game that you have to have your own PlayStation account and Microsoft account to play like split screen on the
Yes.
same screen.
You have to have your
No,
own.
that was a miscommunication.
Yes.
That was
okay.
that was a miscommunication. So you need PlayStation Plus to play online co-op. You do not need
Sure.
PlayStation Plus to play single player, not like single player co-op on the couch. Each person does need like a user profile on the PlayStation. They don't
Correct.
need.
You
They don't
can't be
need-
guest.
No, you can be guest. You just
Okay.
if you want to play online, both people need to have PlayStation Plus. Like this is what they mean by miscommunication. Like they came out and
I
addressed it.
see. So if you want to do 2 players on your couch and another 2 players online, everybody has to have a PS Plus subscription. But if you
Correct.
just want to do couch co-op, you're fine.
Yeah, and also, and for most people, like for example, Donnie gets the benefits of my PlayStation Plus subscription because his console is set as my home console. So, like, if Donnie wants to play online on, like, say, Madden on PS5 without playing, like, without paying for PlayStation Plus, he can do that no problem because I pay for PlayStation Plus to get the benefits of it. Donnie just reaps the ability to play multiplayer on his console, no problem, without having the subscription. So,
I
like,
see.
That's good.
So besides being a Halo fan and also a fan, honestly, of MCU post-credit scenes that set up the next adventure, I just was thinking about what if everything goes to shit, the game doesn't sell well, Halo's on its last leg, and then this will be one of those things like, you remember when they were teasing the Halo 2 remake and nothing happens?
We've
yeah.
already seen the Halo 2 remake. It's called the Master Chief Collection.
There you
I will also say I will never understand why they remade this game instead of just porting the Master Chief Collection over because like that's less work.
We got the answer why they remade this game. So they can sell each game individually remade. For $60, $70 a piece.
Without multiplayer, by the way, in the year of Halo's 25th anniversary is a
Yeah.
fucking crazy decision.
Also,
That's
Halo
exactly what it
2's story and is not as good, and Halo's 3 story is barely better than 2. I got so
You're fucking
annoyed.
crazy, bro. Halo 2 is
No.
my favorite.
Halo 2 is such a teaser. I remember being there and they're like, all right, Master Chief and his new buddy, we're going to Earth, and guess what? Halo 3 coming out eventually. That was
Gotta
such a
finish the
tease.
fight.
What a terrible ending. I
Give
was
the
so
Covenant
annoyed.
back their bomb.
It
That's
started
Halo 3, I
so
know.
strong with like the whole like, oh, like we got the Covenant going and these brutes and all yada yada yada. And then they get this ending that's just a goddamn cliffhanger. And I just threw my controller down and I was like, what the fuck was that?
Gotta finish the fight, man. Gotta finish
Yeah.
the fight.
And then also you didn't finish the fight because then they were like, oh, Halo 3 is the end, and then nope, here's Halo 4.
Right. So
Gotta
at least
finish the
Halo
fight.
3 felt like a good ending. Like it felt like
that-
a conclusion to everything
my-
that happened prior to it.
Yeah, and then after Halo 4, they move
I
into
thought
Halo
so.
5, where like you're not even really following Master Chief for most of it, which is fucking stupid. And then,
Following Locke.
yeah, and then at the next game, it's like, who the fuck is Locke? We're back to Master Chief.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah.
played anything of 4 or 5, so I don't even know what that's all about.
I played 5.
Speaking of, Steve Downs himself will be in Toronto when I'm at the convention. So
That's dope.
Sweet.
the
I'm
voice
gonna
of
speak to
Master
Steve
Chief.
John.
Am I gonna speak to Steve John? Who's Steve
Yes.
John?
don't
Steve
know.
Downs.
Steve Downs, Steve Jobs.
I don't know. I don't know how
I'm
much
just
it
like,
would
man.
be to get a selfie with Steve Downs. Like it
I would
costs
speak to
money to
Steve
meet
Jobs.
these people.
That would be more interesting.
Yeah, seeing how he's dead, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
correct.
Yeah,
Considering that he's dead.
that's
God,
gonna necromance his ass.
Yeah, what do you think of that Elon Musk there, dead Steve Jobs? Woo!
Yeah, what do you think of your little iPhones now, Steve Jobs?
Yeah, now that they've been the same for the last 4 generations plus,
Yeah,
like
they haven't changed a
At all.
motherfucking thing on them. Nothing.
Yeah. So we'll see. I am looking forward to playing this game, and I will probably pick it up as soon as I'm done with Black Flag, and we'll see if
No,
we'll
you
get a
won't.
sequel.
Yeah, we probably will.
No, the next game I'll jump into after I beat Black Flag is I just downloaded it because I saw Donnie playing it. Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
Nice.
Sleeping Dog's dope.
Yeah, I love Sleeping Dogs so much, and I'm glad to play it on PC. So
All right. Well, fans of 007 First Light are in for a treat because we have new TACSIM missions available, and this includes weapons and outfits as well. So it seems like they're going to be supporting this game through the TACSIM in a much more robust fashion than I imagined, and I hope this trend continues because I am looking forward to diving back into that. There's also mentions in this article about new Game Plus coming around the corner.
Yes.
And I believe, I don't know if they added it for this one, but they were teasing in game that there was going to be a TACSIM that involved the really cool spy car that they have for the game.
So I haven't gotten to this game yet. I want to get this one too. I do also want to call out John's comment about Ben Starr being at the convention as well. So is Jennifer English, which is again why I'm not sure I have the money for Steve Downs, because Ben and Jen are my two that I need to meet. Are Ben Starr and Jennifer English. Like those are the two that I definitely want to meet. I'd ideally also like to meet Aaron Moriarty from The Boys and Reacher, but that's a lot of money to spend on just getting a photograph.
What is it usually a pop for an autograph and a few moments with the star?
Well, it also depends because some of these people offer the option to take a selfie at the table, which is significantly cheaper than like a photo op with these people. So like a photo op for Reacher is $130, right? Woo. That's a photo op though. Like you're in a segmented area, you get more time with them, you're paying. But he may also, this is never posted online. This is up to the star on the day of the convention. You might also be able to just get a selfie with them at the table, which is usually a bit cheaper. When I met Tom Welling at
Superman
at the convention in 2019, I believe a photo with him at the table was $150. But a photo with Roger Clark, who played Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2, was $50 for a selfie.
Sure.
So, okay. It all depends. Like they would love to do this stuff for free, I'd like to point out, but their like management company doesn't let them. So like that, like these appearances are paid for by the con for them to come, and then the talent agency has to make a certain amount of that back to pay the con. Except I don't know, it's all weird. But these guys have mentioned like they would love to meet these people for free, but like they just can't. I will say, I'll point this out. Anybody going to conventions, if you're wearing Meta Ray-Ban glasses and think you're being smart or like safe when you're recording voice actors without the permission, or just actors in general, they hate you and they're immediately trashing you to the audience. So like, don't do that. I want to point that out because I've seen a couple of videos of that recently of people just going in line at conventions and doing that. But yeah, no, that's why Ben Starr and Jen English are like my mains, because like I love Shadowheart and Ben Starr's phenomenal. I've not. The funniest part is I bought Final Fantasy 16 on PS5, but I'm not going to play it because I'm on PC. But he's phenomenal as Verso in Expedition 33. So like I'd love to meet Ben Starr.
Okay.
As well. But no, to call out, like, you know, sorry. The 007 thing, sorry. I just
That's what we were talking about. That's how we
I was just gonna say, I was like, and that's why I'm looking forward to more 007 action.
Yeah, I tangented to make sure that I called out John's comment, but I'm bringing us back. Don't worry.
I mean, I was basically done with. It's not a big article. I picked these stories to be quick.
I had something I want to say about it. I think it's interesting they're doing the tax submissions. It kind of like how the Hitman has these kind of missions. They kind of keep updating with the thing. I would like if they were to do like bringing like maybe classic smaller 007 missions from previous like movies and stuff like that.
Yes.
Playing as this character, like, hey, you can play this mission from Octopussy or something like that. Or you can play this mission from that's a Bond movie. That's actually a name.
As you know, I do not watch James Bond.
She's a pilot too, so that shows that she's more than just an octopussy.
Exactly.
She's got 8. Nope, I'm not.
No tentacles. She has tentacles. They come out of everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like you can kind of like have like little
That's
missions.
somebody's fetish.
Yes. That definitely is.
No, I mean, imagine doing like the opening dam scene of GoldenEye.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Like just adding like little missions. I would pay for that actually. Like, hey,
that sounds like good DLC, to be honest.
Yeah.
And have you done the TACSIMs? Have you played this game a lot, Delvin?
Yeah, I played it a lot. I haven't done all. I didn't play a couple of the tax sims, but they're fun. They're a lot of fun. They remind me like the Hitman.
I thought they were
missions.
great. And I think that's where the replayability comes from. So if you're playing this game and you get through the main story in 20 hours, you're like, I want more. That's where you want to start doing the tax sims or the challenges within the actual story itself, because it adds different gameplay elements, or it encourages you maybe to take a different path to victory than you would when your initial playthrough happened. And I'm glad that they're pulling in more of the giant set pieces where you get to move around stealthily and it's not just kind of fighting somebody. Which is great, because right now they only have 2, and I was very happy to see that they're extending it further.
Yeah, it's dope. Like I said, I like the fact that they're doing it. Hitman is really good with doing that, like ultimate replayability value. Like you pay like $70 for that, not even $70, you pay like $60 for that Hitman game, and that game content lasts for like years. Like you got to like kill Van Damme and kill like all these like celebrity actors. It's like it was pretty cool.
I mean, you could kill Wiz Khalifa right now. So
there you go. Who would want to kill Wiz Khalifa?
Oh, hold on. So that's a replacement for the Conor McGregor mission, because Conor McGregor is a piece of shit. So
no, they should not replace him. They should let you kill Conor McGregor. If there's anybody who want to kill is him.
The reason they replaced him is because he actually did all the voice acting and whatnot for it. So using that level, they would have to pay him, and they don't want to be paying him. So
well, just take his voice out. Just use a double.
Yeah, instead of Conor McGregor, it's like
hire some English man.
No, I wanted to play 007. But I came out like real close to Batman, so we do that. And now I need to finish Batman. I have to rebuy it on PC.
Lego Batman. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck Batman you talking about? Oh, Lego Batman.
Lego Batman.
Yeah, it's a great game, but it's not going anywhere either. It will be something that's very evergreen, and you could just kind of put it on the back burner, maybe wait for a sale. Like,
Also, speaking of Hitman, anybody who's not played it, like that game is consistently on sale for like $35 Canadian.
Fantastic game.
So I do not know like what it is in US pricing, but like when that game's consistently on sale, and that's like World of Assassination, so that's all 3 Hitman games. So you're getting like 23 levels for $35, each one featuring multiple missions, like using different levels. Like you've got hundreds of hours of content in Hitman. So
yes,
nice. All right, Black Flag Resync hits 3.5 million sales. It's popular, folks. In case you haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, I helped. I bought it twice because I bought it on PlayStation, and then I bought my PC, and to continue playing it, I bought it on PC.
There you go.
That's interesting, because in the footnotes here, they're like, "Thank you to Haley for buying this twice."
It says that.
That's interesting. But good for them. This blew, to use the pun, it blew their expectations out of the water.
Oh, it blew their yearly sales expectations out of the water. I don't know if that's in the article, but they've
yes, it is.
that.
Correct. And so good for them having a hit on their hands. I think it was a nice little boost, because I feel like every time we've been talking about this developer, it's just been kind of like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah. At this point, it's also been like they've had like so many bad things happen in development. Like, I don't know if anybody else saw that they canceled the Far Cry 7 extraction shooter. Like,
they should never have.
That was a good idea.
I know.
Think that was a very good idea.
That is not what I wanted from a Far Cry game.
They should have never did that shit in the first place. What the fuck they was thinking?
Right?
Yeah. That's not bad. That's good news. Like, why the fuck you do that?
I know, but like they've spent so much money on it, and then they just flat out were like, "Oh, we'll cancel it." So
yeah,
it's also the first Assassin's Creed game to reach over 100,000 concurrent players on Steam.
Yeah,
so
I feel like
it's doing good.
They're gonna probably, because this game is doing so well, they're gonna probably just do other Assassin's Creed games. Like this.
So I want to point out, before this release, they said other remakes will depend on how well Black Flag does.
Well,
we're 100% getting them.
They're probably going to do 3 and a couple other ones probably.
If they're doing anything, I think they're doing 1 and then the Ezio trilogy before anything else, because those games need the modern uplift.
I feel like if you did the second one and included just all the content with Ezio, that would be a good bargain.
That's what I assume they'll do for that, because Brotherhood and Revelations are basically like 20-hour DLCs for 2, basically.
Yeah, possible. Like I said, or 3, because 3 connects to this game. So
Isn't that the one with like evil George Washington?
So that, by the way, my favorite instance of DLC in Assassin's Creed game is a what if thing, where like, what if things went wrong? Which is not how the Animus works, by the way. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not supposed to be able to see. And thank you.
It's not real, Haley.
But it's hold on.
This is not the Odyssey.
Hold on. Yeah, we're not mad about Elliot Page being cast as Achilles, even though, spoiler alert, he's not fucking cast as Achilles because Achilles isn't in the fucking movie.
Correct.
And also, Helen of Troy never fucking existed. None of this shit ever happened. It's all mythology. Fuck off.
But the Artemis is real.
Yes.
Thank you. I need to point out
The
that
apple
all the losers screaming online that they cast Lupita Nyong'o as fucking Helen of Troy. Fuck off. None of these people are real. It's all mythology.
She's going back to her Bane impression.
Yes. The fire rises, brother.
I'm doing this so I don't audibly spit on the mic on camera because, you know, I'm a little congested. So,
I was gonna say a joke,
okay.
I'm not going to say. Never mind.
Keep it phrasing.
Keep it
phrasing.
moving.
When are we bringing phrasing back?
Hawk Tua and spit on that thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly, you've been podcasting longer than she ever will, so that's good.
You probably had a better career than her too.
I was going to say we've all had better podcasting career than that.
Didn't she pull like a cryptocurrency rug coin poll like 3 months after she did that thing, and nobody's heard from her since?
Look, if you're fucking stupid enough to get cryptocurrency advice from a bitch who calls herself Hawk Tua, you probably deserve every scam you get.
Man, that's how we get our PSVG funding. Is we start making our own coins, for the exchange.
I think my favorite thing is the fact that Twitter apparently opened a bank account linking today, to which I said, "Hey, do not give Elon Musk your bank."
That sounds like a great idea.
That sounds terrible.
Give the
Rock,
fucking guy
where's all my money? Fuck you.
Like, I'm not kidding. Before we started recording, I saw an article that said X money launches today in the US, and I was just like, do not give Elon Musk your bank account information. Fuck off.
That sounds like a perfect way for money laundering.
Right?
Like, do not give the fucking fascist your bank account information.
Yeah.
What's next? Social media banking? Come to the bank of Facebook.
I mean, the dude has been obsessed with an everything app forever. He's also obsessed with the letter X, but you know.
He's obsessed with a lot of things. We don't have the time. We should just keep moving.
Yes.
All right. God of War, is it Laufey or Luffy? Pronounce it for me. Laufey. Coming out February 2027, 1 week before Fable. And they also confirmed that the next game will star Kratos.
They had to confirm that because people like.
So my favorite thing is they had to confirm the Kratos thing because fucking loser chuds online are upset that this game that's basically been set up since God of War 2018, because the entire event of God of War 2018 is literally. Sorry, John.
Load management dollars.
John 32's comment made me lose it. The entire God of War 2018's events are set in motion by Lao Fei's death.
Right.
And also then things in Ragnarok are further set up by her death. And also, there's several plot threads from 2018 in Ragnarok that don't make sense if you don't show how they happened. Like, for example, who the fuck blows the horn in God of War 2018?
The headless guy, the head guy, right? Doesn't he?
No, there's a point where the horn is blown and it saves Kratos and Atreus. People are assuming that this is this is Lao Fei during an event,
I am a big fan of this franchise since the get-go, the original God of War, back on the PS whatever.
2.
I have never thought, who the hell blew that horn?
I gotta tell you.
I do not care.
That has been fucking several years ago. You think I remember that goddamn horn?
Right. And
No, I don't know. I'm just, I'm very excited for this. I hate that they had to basically come out and go, shut up, losers. The next game has Kratos. We know. You shouldn't need to spell it out online for fucking losers who are screaming about the fact that a woman has the lead role in a game.
It's the times we live in, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't have to. It's the fact that right-wing losers have basically taken over the fucking,
Country.
airwaves.
I'll
Well,
give you a lot
country,
of
yes,
credit
but-
if like we shouldn't have to 100%, but this is the reality we live in. We were just talking about Supergirl earlier and all the hate
Yeah.
that
Yes.
was garnered.
And it
We know
flopped
this is a
because of
thing. We know this
people
is a
saying
thing
things.
because
Yes,
people are
we-
sexist, and people are racist, and they don't like it unless it's like a straight white guy in the lead role. So you do have to play this kind of management. It's like, shut the hell up. Let us focus on this game that's coming out. Kratos is
Yeah.
coming back.
We were
just
in a
wait.
wonderful time period where we didn't need to justify having a female character as the main character, and now all of a sudden we're back to needing to do that because fucking right-wing losers are mad. Fuck off, losers.
Well, I also
Like-
think that's how our modern technology and social media has developed into, where I'm sure were these haters existing before when someone would flip over their Mass Effect 3 to show Femme Shepard on the cover instead
Yeah.
of the male
Yeah.
Shepard, but they didn't have as loud a voice because there wasn't all the social media groups finding each other to be like, oh, you hate women too? Oh, let's get online and talk. We could be the best of friends, kind of
Correct.
thing.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just fucking stupid.
Do y'all
Also-
think this is going to impact Fable to kind of
No.
shift gears a little bit, or do you think those are two different unique games?
Can you?
And people aren't really going to be like, oh, I was going to get Fable, but new God of War, I got to have that.
Can you, from the doc, pull John 32's question?
All right, it is. What are we playing first, Fable or God of War?
I'm playing God of War purely because it comes out the day before Fable Early Access. But after Early Access for Fable starts, that's all I'm playing. Like,
I don't think God of War will affect Fable because
no, it's a different genre.
Fable. Not only that, but Fable is still an Xbox game. It's
Sure,
multi-platform, so
Yeah,
it's going to have its own audience on the Xbox alone. Yeah, granted, it's a Game Pass audience, but it's still going to have its own audience on Xbox alone. While God of War is a PlayStation exclusive,
Yeah,
so it's going to have its audience on PlayStation. And yes, I think there will be some Fable fans who will come over and play it on PS5 or whatnot and stuff like that. But I think the bulk of players will probably be playing on the Game Pass.
so with the Fable, right? I say the Fable, like an idiot, but like with Fable, most of its audience is either going to be on Xbox or on PC. I was going to get it on PlayStation because that's all I had, but now that I have the PC, that's where I'm going to be buying most of my games going forward. Like the only games I'm going to be buying on the PS5 going forward are ones I can't buy on the PC. So, for example, Wolverine and Grand Theft Auto this year and Lao Fei next year, right? Like, I can't buy those on the PC, so I'm going to buy them on the PlayStation, play them there. But beyond that, I'm mostly on PC. That does not mean this show's going anywhere before anyone asks. I love this show too much to let it go. And also, I
This
don't get
show's
much
going
time.
somewhere. This show's out of here. Hate the fucking it's a wrap. Hate the fucking y'all.
No, it's not.
I've been waiting for this moment.
No. Uh-uh.
Delvin's like,
Have you-
Snarts, you were supposed to take over months ago, maybe years ago.
Maybe years ago.
Uh-huh.
I've been waiting.
I cherish my recording time with you, sir. You ain't going nowhere.
God damn it.
No. So with Fable, I was gonna get it on PS5, but because I have the PC, that's where I'm getting it now, and that's where most people are gonna play it. Is either they're gonna play it on an Xbox console or they're gonna play it on PC. So because God of War is not launching on PC, it's only on the PlayStation. I really don't think it's gonna have that big of an effect on Fable. Will it have an effect on sales of Fable on PS5? Maybe.
It's going to
But-
affect me because I would be more inclined to buy the God of War game than a Fable game and get through that, and maybe even wait for Fable to go on sale because I will not have the FOMO thing going on like I did with Black Flag,
Which is
and
fair.
I'll be more patient. For me personally, I think it's going to impact because like buying two brand new games a week apart that are this deep doesn't just really click with the way I buy games. Because I usually buy
was gonna say
one,
that,
I go
Donnie.
through it, and then I wait.
Why would I buy it on PS5?
So he can play it.
He's getting it on PC too. He's getting it on PC. He's already pre-ordered it for PC.
Donnie has spoken, Haley. Get it on PS5.
No,
Yes. You have no choice.
I did not spend as much money as I did on a PC to buy all my games on PlayStation.
Yes, you did. You absolutely did. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You absolutely did.
Yeah, we should name the podcast something else besides PlayStation Experience. I do believe that. We think, I keep saying capes and games, but if there's someone else with more clever
I keep
title.
trying to name the podcast without Delvin.
That's not happening. You're not
But
going
it's not
Oh,
working.
wait, I got it. Capes and games in memorial to Delvin Cox.
There you go. See, there you go. Haley, he needs a PS5 copy in case the Steam machine can't run it. That is a good reason.
That's very fun. I like
All
it.
right,
Like,
Donnie.
I'm gonna buy it for my Steam machine.
I'll
but in
buy
case
it
it
on
doesn't
both.
work, you need to
Thank
get
you.
it on
I'll
Sony.
buy it on both just for
Use
you,
your
Donnie.
disability to get the game on 2 things.
Goddamn right.
I'll buy it just for you, Donnie. Just for you.
There you go.
This is the point of Haley Pass. You're not wrong. I know you need Fable, so
Yes. This is the one thing he asked for in life.
I mean, yeah. Well, hold on. Donnie doesn't ask for much when it comes to
Exactly.
Haley Pass, so I'm not gonna complain. It's just I'm also gonna buy it on PC because that's where I'm gonna play it because I have a top of the line PC so I can play things.
Not by the time
For
Fable
years.
comes out.
Definitely not. By the time
I have a 5070 Ti, motherfucker. That thing's gonna be good for years.
I love that joke too. Like the Simpsons get a brand new computer. Like, don't worry, it'll be outdated by the time you get home.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for Fable. It's like one of my most anticipated games. So.
I am too, to be very honest. I for one love all these Xbox games.
Oh, I've
coming to
always
the
loved
platform.
Fable. So
And I feel like I'm having this nostalgia drip coming in. Gears and Halo and Fable. I was like, wow, like actually those are 3 of my favorite franchises from Xbox that are now going to be available on my current console of choice, and I'm all for it.
I have to laugh at John 32's comment of arrows and lanterns. Did you guys see the lanterns trailer?
No.
Oh, it was really good. See all the losers online mad about the Manhunters?
What about the Manhunters?
Well, so the Manhunter.
No, I know the Manhunters from the animated show. Justice
like
League.
the
robots.
The
or
robots,
whatever.
yes.
Yeah.
People are mad because they're like, why are they changing shape? That's the guys, read a fucking comic. They've been able to do that for like since the 80s.
Ah.
I didn't know that.
So you're saying the Transformers are coming for the lanterns?
Sure. Anyways,
Okay.
yeah,
Respect.
no, I saw you talking about that on Sweet Hangs, Donnie. Like that's fucking insane that you cannot you can't run Gears Reloaded on SteamOS because you ran it on your PC before. It's fucking crazy to me.
Wow, that's
So
rough.
I'm gonna give a brief rundown on what I mean because Donnie was talking about it on Sweet Hangs. From what I understood, because I came in late because I didn't even realize they were recording because I'd been eating dinner and watching like a television show. Fucking because they had like a 5070 Ti, Donnie. Not just the
See,
5070.
I like the rapper.
Sure, Delvin. Ti. Donnie knows
There
what
you go.
that means.
Like
But
Ti, he's the rapper.
I know it's not like 5080 or 5090, but it runs things how I need them at a graphical quality that is fine. Like it's gonna work.
Telling her, Donnie. I was telling her that thing. As soon as she takes out the box, it's outdated.
Uh-huh. Either way, I don't care. It's gonna run
It'll
my
be fine.
games. Yeah. Either way, my point that I'm making is Donnie was talking about it on Sweet Hangs. Basically because there was a patch downloaded for it on a save, it doesn't run, and to fix it, you have to go into like a debug file and whatnot on the Steam machine. Donnie said he's not doing that. So, yeah. So I don't know. I'm very excited for Fable. I'm excited for Gears of War E-Day, which I'll be able to play now on launch because I was gonna have to wait till I got the PC, but I have it now.
Good.
All right, moving on. We got Prime Yourself for Marvel's Wolverine with the comic book that tells the prequel story. You can get it as a part of the San Diego Comic-Con, or it's also available on Marvel Unlimited, which is their streaming app for comic books. I find this hilarious because I am excited for this game, and I could give a shit about this comic. I don't care. How about
I'm
you
glad
guys?
you said
y'all excited, or you?
I
To me,
don't
this
care.
is just like marketing BS.
I can't read a comic book right now, so I don't care.
Why you can't read a comic book?
I still can't read books, dude. That's why they're all piled up over there. I can't fucking read them. I need an eye test.
You're blind?
No,
we've been through this. She
We-
can't. She can't read stuff. It hurts with the eyes and everything.
it just blends together. Like, I'm fucking pissed. I have the graphic, like, compact novel of Superman.
God
Woman
damn it, Haley! What the fuck works on you?
Her PC. That's totally state of the line. That's top of the line. No, that's unfortunate because it's not like they'll do a fusion dance and all of a sudden you get like Jean Grey and
No,
Wolverine becoming
yeah.
like some super character, right?
No, it's just fucking annoying. Like, I can read on my computer just fine. I can read on my phone just fine. I can read in a video game just fine. But
So
if I
you
try to
just
open a
read
fucking
actual
paper
books.
If I try to open a fucking paper book and read it, because the font's so fucking tiny, it just like blurs together and I can't fucking read it.
Well, then you can just get the Marvel Unlimited app and enjoy all this prequel goodness. Huh?
Yeah, right, Donnie.
Huh?
I do not know which rapper you're referencing right now.
The one I said earlier, T.I.
That went so over our heads. I'm sorry. We're too white for that.
I mean, I fucking missed the fucking Limp Bizkit reference the other day. I mean, Rebecca did too, so that's fair. But like,
You guys are embarrassing us. Like, really.
Limp
this is
Bizkit?
bad.
Really?
yeah, they were talking about hot dog water on Nintendo Shack.
Oh yeah, and chocolate flavored,
because we
chocolate
have
covered
someone-
starfish and hot dog flavored water or something like that. It's
We
their
have
album.
someone who sends in questions to the show whose name is Chimp Biscuit.
Oh,
So every
sure.
time they send in their question, I'm like, Chimp Biscuit. And
Yeah.
Donnie starts singing the song, and Rebecca's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
Did
my
it all
favorite.
for the
My
nookie.
favorite one.
The nookie.
Donnie
you can
said
take this
hot dog.
cookie.
Donnie said hot dog water. Rebecca was like, ew.
I listened to a lot of the 90s music that I enjoyed in high school, and Limp Bizkit has not made that time over the last couple of decades. They've kind of fallen by the wayside. I'm still listening to Korn, System, and even the occasional who's that idiot who oh god, Kid Rock. But for some reason the Limp Bizkit, like, it's just it doesn't hit me anymore like it used to.
I listened to a couple of Limp Bizkit songs and stuff. I like
Okay.
it back like I did back in those days. I used to like the Method Man song a lot.
Oh,
Method Man
sure.
Sounds dope. But
Yeah. I also like the battle between Fred Durst and John Davis. And I think that was on a Korn album. I don't think that was on a Limp Bizkit.
The fuck? I don't know what
Yeah.
any of that means.
It
Also
says something. It was just a standard like feud type of song. They would each trade verses roasting each other.
yeah. That was the era. That was the era of music, man. That was definitely era of music.
I, for one, am happy that I lived in the rock rap era. Not many people will say that though.
I didn't.
I feel like we get like
See-
a lot of shade. Like it's like, oh, I like rock rap. I think it's fun.
See,
Linkin Park,
again,
Incubus.
Y'all know what type of music I listen to. I'm out here listening to fucking Ice Nine Kills and Beartooth and I Prevail and Paramore and like
Look,
heavy metal and rock. So
I rather that fucking rap rock era than any of this bullshit we got now with
Oh,
Post
sure.
Malone,
Yeah.
Post Malone and Shabuzi and all. Like, get the fuck
Jelly
outta here
Roll.
with that shit. Jelly Roll. If I gotta listen to that shit, bring back Limp Bizkit. Bring back Insane Clown Posse. Bring back everybody. Bring back like fucking MC Hammer. I'm sick of this.
Hell
shit,
yeah.
bro.
Stop.
That
Too
shit's
legit.
Hammer time.
Too legit to quit. Hey.
That shit's
Yeah,
awful.
no, I'm glad that I was never like really into that. I Button Mash and Comic Stash is so fucking
Yeah, I
good.
like that. Then we could
That's-
call ourselves BMCS.
No,
Sounds dirty as shit.
gotta tell you. We use that name. I'm not coming to work.
Welcome
send
to
out whatever fucking-
BMCS. Consoles
send
and
out whatever-
comics. That's pretty
You can
good.
set up whatever fucking notification you want to set up. I'm not showing up. I'm gonna pull a dev.
Yeah. I know. I was thinking too, like we could like have a fun like this day in video game history, and that'll appease me a lot. And then Dylan will be like, "I'm so glad I'm off this show." In the comments.
Exactly.
Consoles and Comics is good. We'll figure out a your name if people
But
say
yeah,
so.
I think a little retooling would be
just
would be
call
the
this
worst
PlayStation
thing.
experience. We are talking about PlayStation. We all play PlayStation. What's up, Haley? Now Haley's a PC gamer.
Well,
I
hold
don't
on.
Nintendo
Haley
games.
still plays. Haley still plays PlayStation, but also you barely play PlayStation. You're mostly over there on Nintendo. So
Goddamn right. Because I
Yeah,
care
well,
about physical media.
Uh,
Haley.
Oh, speaking of physical media, we can get into our main topic here. So I didn't want to rehash too much. A lot of it's been said on the network already. But
PlayStation's killing this.
I don't
starting in
care.
2028.
there you
And I find it hilarious that they also are announcing the Sony Electronics new turntable with Bluetooth connectivity.
I saw this linked in the fucking doc, and I was like, "The fuck? What are you?"
I gotta tell you, I might get this turntable.
It's only $350. You can save $50 on sale right now from SonyEntertainment.com.
I am a turntable person, so I might. It's a good turntable. I might buy.
I've never owned like a record player, so I don't know. Like,
I own two. I listen to records.
I think it's pretty fun that they were coming out with this, and then I see in the comments all the nonsense about physical disc being, like, oh, vinyl's okay, but screw me if I have a PlayStation. And I'm like, people, Sony is a big company who has a lot of different areas.
Yeah. You know what? I appreciate that fans are like, fuck all of Sony. We don't give a fuck what you post about. We don't give a fuck if it's about the Spider-Man movie.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit was hilarious when the Sony Entertainment Twitter account posted just the spider emoji to hint that Spider-Man was coming. Like, the top comment or whatnot was, I'm gonna be real. We need you to shut the fuck up about Spider-Man right now. Fix this.
I appreciate that PlayStation fans got that Riley from Boondock energy. Man, fuck fuck your jacket. Fuck that whole ass shit you wear. Fuck all that shit. Bring us back our physical media. Like, I respect it.
Yeah, why y'all bitches? Bunch of bitches over here. not because that's not Huey. Huey's the one who's like, well, I kind of understand it's a business decision. It's going to affect the poorer people, and that's not cool. But Riley's like, nah, fuck those whole ass motherfuckers.
Ass coat you wear. Nah, fuck that. Go on there on every site that PlayStation does. Don't give a fuck what they talk about. Anything Sony does. When they try to sell you another fucking Venom movie, like, hey, we want our physical media.
I could see him getting like a Gangstalicious and then that too and stuff. Michigan. He's like, nah, man, we gotta boycott Sony, man. Fuck those people.
So yeah. On the topic, I'll point out I really don't care about this. Not from and I'm not gonna use what I talked about before in the Discord. People know my thoughts on that from before. Not as hard on that right now, but like I've always bought digital since I've had a PS4. So like, this isn't that big of a deal to me. Do I understand why people are upset? Absolutely. You guys are allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be upset that physical media is going away. That's fine. The fuck was that?
Good answer, Haley.
Stop your train of thought. I didn't even know if you were still talking about the backlash to the announcement or not. Because like you're just kind of taking a pop. Like I was looking at Twitter, like the fuck is that?
I literally just heard what sounded like an explosion, and I'm like, hello? Like, the fuck is that?
That's all those Sony fans coming to your house here. They heard this shit. Like, fuck this.
That's fair. But I've been buying digital games since like 2014. So like discs aren't really important to me, which is, I'm on PC. So like there's no discs anyways. Everything's digital there anyways. Do I understand why people are mad? Yes. Do I wish consumer rights would get better? Yes. Do I think Sony's going to reverse course even with people being as loud and vocal as they are? No. They've completely changed their disc manufacturing plant over to making micro lens, I believe it is, for AI generation. Yeah.
I'll let you go first. I got a lot to say about this. I think
that's fair. And then beyond that, like they gave you 2 years, basically, heads up. Well, year and a half because they said January 1st, 2028. So, but either way, it's time. But I don't think anything's going to change from backlash. Now, do I think people should shut the hell up about it? No. Like you're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be vocal. I just don't think anything's going to change.
You want to talk, so do you want me to go?
I mean, it's I can go. I mean, I already kind of said what I had on my thoughts on the PSVG episode from last Wednesday, but I get what's going on. I understand the hit to libraries and the used game market, but I am very much in the same camp as Haley. Is like I buy all my games digital, not in the sense of PS4. I still have some PS4 disc games, but all my PS5 purchases have been through the digital store. And I think if my PS5 is the last Sony console to have a Blu-ray player on it, it's going to extend the shelf life of that console because I'm going to keep it around not only to play my PS4 games, but also my DVDs and Blu-rays that I own. But I also believe with this change and the elimination of the used game market and lending through libraries, there could be an opportunity for new business avenues or even more revenue for Sony. I was thinking recently, like, well, if they set up something where you can actually rent a game from them and spend, I don't know, $5, $6, maybe $10 to rent a game for 3 or 4 days, would that be like something that people would want? And all that money would be going towards Sony if they're doing it through their storefront. This has been a long time coming, I believe. Doesn't mean it's not sad, and it doesn't mean there could be issues in the future. But I think a lot of the speculation that I've been hearing is that speculation, and we really won't know how this will play out until we're already in the middle of it.
Yeah, until we're there.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
And I say this with genuine curiosity.
Uh-huh.
Why is it when people want something done, when they want to see change, it's all the conversation is always, well, it's already been done. It's already been done. We can't do nothing about this. And they kind of just give up. Like anytime somebody, like I notice this has been a thing, especially lately, when it comes to protesting or any type of fashion thing like that. Like, hey, if we don't like something as a consumer, it's kind of gets like it's stifled of us complaining about it and being not liking it. If that makes sense. Like it's always the conversation of, well, it's not going to change anything. Like voicing your opinion doesn't matter. Like that's what it kind of feels like you're saying. Like voicing your opinion doesn't matter because it's not going to change anything. And as a person who believes that you should have a voice and your voice should be heard, and at every time, if every injustice that happened, we were to look at it like, you know what, it's not going to matter. And not saying this is an injustice. I think this is going to be a greater problem down the line that people are talking more or less about. But if every time there's something that we don't like and we just sit there and say, well, it's not going to change anything, then nothing will ever get done. So anytime I always hear the conversation like, oh, you can complain about it, but then I'm going to do that. I'm like, why do we look at like things like that? I get why people understand that, and I get in a lot of cases they're correct. Like, hey, you can complain all you want to. It's not going to change anything. But sometimes you got to stand up for what you believe in. Because sometimes when we don't stand up for what we believe in, other things happen and things go a step further to be worse. Like imagine if some of the situations that we've had in history, not necessarily not especially with our government, that's a whole nother story, but just with video game stuff and in general, if we just backed down and didn't say anything, how worse things would be. Like I remember when during the PS3 era, when the PlayStation 3 was an astronomical price. Like, you know, and people were like, they voted with their wallets. They were like, we're not paying $600 for that console. And for a long time, PlayStation suffered until that price dropped to a reasonable price. I think people the problem is that people are not willing to be without something that they care about. And it doesn't matter till it does matter. Like, as we look at the world today, we are being a lot less consumer friendly, and people are becoming way more okay with that. Like these big corporations are telling us pretty much fuck you. And we're fine with it. Hey, like for example, I get it. You guys don't use physical media. That's nothing wrong with that. I get it that the market for physical media is dwindling. But the dwindling market is still like millions of people. It's like, I think it's like 3 to 5 million people. That's a lot of people who are still invested in this media base. And also the idea of saying like, oh, if PlayStation takes this away, they're going to add something else to it. Like, no, they're not. They're going to line their pockets. I think the idea of us keep looking at companies to do the right thing when they over and over again haven't done the right thing. Like the things that we're seeing PlayStation and other companies do is downright alarming in terms of like they having like what is it called? Reasonable pricing.
Yes.
Like based on what area you stay in, the game may cost more than it would cost, particularly in like that's gross. Like, you know, the way that they're doing things and the idea of like, hey, we can charge more for these games because we can now, and because we've gotten rid of the secondhand market, like that sucks. None of this stuff is consumer friendly at all. Like, you know, and the idea of like when I was growing up, it was kind of a rite of passage where as a young kid, 13, 14-year-old, probably couldn't afford another like an N64, stuff like that. You would take in your secondhand consoles to GameStop, taking your old games, you trade those in to get the next console. There's going to be a generation of kids who probably can't do that. And there'll be a generation of kids who probably aren't going to be able to play games because of that, because they simply cannot afford them and their parents can't afford them. When you start getting into the console prices going from $500, no, from $400 to $500 to now they're going to be like probably like $1,000. Yes, Delvin, who's an adult who has a job and an income, can probably afford that. But a lot of people can't afford that, especially the way the economy is going right now. The way we look at things, we're like, hey, these games used to be $50. Now they're now $70, and they're probably going to go up again. By the time this console generation ends, it's a good chance video games probably going to be $100. And I think the idea of people becoming okay with that is the problem, because companies are going to keep doing these things to us because we keep saying, okay, we don't like it, but it's fine. And I get it because it's the thing we love. But how much can we sit here and say this is fine until we sit there like, oh, you know, this is a bit much, before we simply get priced out of something that we love to do. Like gaming is a hobby that we love to do, and if we keep increasing the price on these things, like, now granted, when people were seeing this before, they were talking about the Steam machine and stuff like that. Steam machine and PC gaming is a completely different atmosphere. PC gaming has always been expensive. That's always been something that, you know, if you have the money for, you have the money for. That's why it's a niche market. When people can talk about the Steam machine, we knew the Steam machine was only going to sell so much. That's a niche market. What wasn't a niche market is the PlayStation, is the Switch. Those consoles were selling like 80, 100 million units and stuff like that. Even like on the low end, they're selling like 30 million units because they were more affordable to people. There was a whole generation of people who were able to afford these things. And, you know, I think the fact that we're cutting these people off is kind of a shame. It's kind of a travesty almost. And I think, you know, Donnie brings up a good point. You say, I wish they would be more selective with physical games. First party runs or games that sell X amount or take pre-orders. I think, you know, that's very valid. I like the fact that we were talking about it on Shaq the other day. When game key cards was first announced, Donnie Rail doing it. And I was with him, like, yeah, this is bullshit, you know, stuff like that. Now we look at game key cards like this might be the last beacon of hope for physical media.
Right.
And, you know, it's kind of crazy because in some areas we're watching physical media make a return because people are like railing against it. And I know people are like, oh, people aren't buying digital physical media anymore. Well, tell that to Walmart and Target, who have like a whole sections of vinyl now. You know, like their company, like people are going back to physical media because they don't like what's going on with our digital media. Of knowing the idea of that we don't know if we own the stuff. Like we buy this game for $80, and then at any point in time they can take that game away. You know,
Sure.
that's kind of sucks. You pay all this money for somebody, you invest in it, then they're like, oh, well, you don't really own it. We take the license away. This game is gone forever now, out of your library. That's a very alarming thing.
So if I could respond to a couple of things that you brought up.
Yes.
When it comes to the GameStop trade-in, I always thought that was a ripoff anyway. I don't think I felt like you were getting like pennies on the dollar for whatever you were trading. And I found when I was going through the used market that it was much better to find someone who just wants to buy my old console from me personally. And I don't think any of that's going away. Now, it will go away for certain games if they're digital only down the line, but like all the stuff that's already existing in physical, you could still be potentially saving that. Or if you have a PS4 right now or a PS5 that you want to sell through like Facebook Marketplace or something of that nature, you might be getting more money back than you would if you did the trade in at a GameStop. But you're right. Like if there is no physical thing to trade, like that whole market's going away. But the reason I'm kind of dismissive of all the outrage is because it's not backed up by action yet. So if we're going into this blackout that they're promising or planning between the 23rd and 30th of August, and people actually go through with it and they start talking with their wallets and they start shutting stuff down and they don't buy new things, then yes, I could see that actually having an impact. And then my thought might be changing about what's going on. But what I hear right now is a lot of noise with no action. And unless the noise is brought up with action, it to me is going to fall flat.
I'd also like to point out, this just brings me back, this whole thing, like, and two things. One, I'm going to touch on John 32's joke. I don't think that's a good joke or comparison at all. But I'm going to leave it alone because I don't feel attacked by it. It's a funny joke. I just don't think it works. I don't feel attacked by it, so I don't feel the need to critique it in public. But what I will say is this just reminds me of the people that were like, boycott Modern Warfare 2 because they didn't have private servers on PC. And then you look on the day of launch and every single person in that group is still playing Modern Warfare 2. Like, and on this, people are complaining about GTA 6 being digital only, right? It's the top priority game on PlayStation right now. Like, people are voting with their wallets, and their wallet is, hey, I'm okay with the digital game because GTA 6 is the top pre-ordered game. And not even just the...
To be fair, it's because they don't have a choice.
Fair enough, but what I will say is it's not just the regular version of GTA. The top pre-ordered version of GTA on the PlayStation is the $100 edition.
Yeah, it's because they don't have a choice.
They have a choice. Don't buy the game.
They have a choice not to buy the game, but
don't play the game.
But the idea of telling somebody, hey, we've been waiting for this game for X amount of years. We want to play, and this is the thing: people want to give them money.
That's fair.
People want to give. Imagine you sitting here. Okay, good example. Perfect example. We all are movie fans, right?
Yeah.
We all love the Avengers movies, whatnot like that. Imagine a couple weeks from now, they're like, okay, you only can go see this movie in AMC theaters now, and AMC starts charging you a premium for that. You're going to be annoyed by that, especially if you don't have an AMC theater by your house, but you're still going to see it because you really want to see that.
Well, for me to go to an AMC theater, I have to leave the country, so because they don't have theater chains.
Yeah, you're getting hung up on the details, though. So my counter to that would be, we already have that silo, and it exists in the streaming surface where, like, if you want to watch DC, you got to have HBO, and if you want to watch Marvel, you got to have Disney Plus.
And my point in saying that is the fact that, okay, this works for GTA because GTA is a once in a lifetime thing. This doesn't work for almost any other thing else. There are certain things this work for. And
I would like to point out, though, the next part of my point about them buying the $100 edition digitally, I think the next pre-ordered game digitally is FC 26, $150 edition, and then the NBA version. All of those games, they're failing the test. Is the point?
But the thing about it is, all those games already have people. Particularly FC and NBA have already trained their audience to buy digital. I know because I buy the NBA 2K games. They tell you, hey, if you want to play this game a week earlier, you pay for the $100 edition. So for years, they've been training you as a purchaser to buy the more expensive version because we give you this. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you can buy the physical version of 2K, but you're going to play it on launch day. Or you can pay $100 and you can play it a week earlier and get all this other cool stuff. So they've been kind of training you to already have the mentality for that, which is understandable, which okay, because they want you to pay for the digital game as opposed to the physical game, which is a thing. That's fine. That's acceptable. That's how it works. They want to get as much money as possible. The thing I'm trying to railing on is the fact that there's going to be a generation of people who just aren't going to be able to play be able to get these games, be able to afford games. This goes back to what I've been saying for the longest time. Eventually, yes, people are buying the most expensive version of GTA, but eventually people are going to start pricing themselves out of gaming. Like, yeah, GTA is this high right now, but are you willing to pay $200 for GTA? Are you willing to pay $300 for GTA? Not saying it's going to turn that much, but it could. How far? Now, okay, GTA, how much is the most expensive version of GTA?
In Canada, $140. In the US, $99.99.
Okay, so God of War comes out. God of War is $99.99. Are you willing to pay for that?
Yeah.
The next game comes out. Let's say Wolverine. Wolverine's $99.99. Are you willing to pay for that?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends too, because a lot of these games come with the pre-orders where the more expensive edition comes with more content. Now, are you talking about the base version without any of the bonuses is now $100?
Because eventually, that's what's going to end up happening. The base version is going to be that price, and that's my point. The base version, like they're priming you because they're going to raise, just like they're doing with the other games. They're already raising the price on games. Yes, you can pay more. You can pay either $80 for GTA now, or pay $100. So when you look at that, I'm like, I might well pay for the $100 version because it's that close to it anyway.
Well, there's a bunch. There's a bunch of content locked behind the Ultimate Edition of GTA 6. So basically, that to get the full version, you have to pay the $100.
Correct. And my thing is that works for GTA, but eventually other studios are going to start doing the same thing. What happens when Assassin's Creed does this?
Well,
what happens when?
No. I just mean like that argument also doesn't work for me because my dumbass always buys the expensive editions because I never know if I'm going to have money for DLC when it comes out. So I always just buy it in advance if it's a game that I know I'm going to get hours of enjoyment out of. But I definitely get the point, right? Like if you're constantly spending $100 on games, developers are going to think, okay, we can charge $100 for the base game. I get. But
and my point to you is this: how soon before you're like, damn, I can't afford this next game? Instead of buying 2 Assassin's Creed games a year, I may be able to buy 1 or none because I keep having to pay $100. And that's my point. If we sit here and allow these companies, not saying allow them because we have a choice or not, if we sit here and keep condoning this stuff, it's going to get worse. Just like Netflix. Netflix started off being $7 a month. Now, because people are like, oh, this is fine. Netflix is now $30 a fucking month in some cases.
Also, yeah. So if you want the 4K,
there's a reason I don't pay for Netflix anymore.
Yeah, if you want the 4K option on Netflix, you have to pay for the 4 screens able to stream at once package, which is fucking $30 Canadian a month. And bro, no. And also,
you get ads.
Well, no, not on that. No.
Oh, on some parts of it you do. Like if you watch certain live events, they give you ads.
Right.
Oh, you're watching a live event though. That's not a fair comparison. If I watch a live event on Amazon Prime, I get ads.
No, screw that. We used to have World Cup games where they would play full 45-minute, 50-minute halves with the stoppage time, and they were not any ads at all. You would have banner ads. You would have like stuff in the corner and the bottom of the screen, but you wouldn't have a full-on hydration break.
Yeah. The actual point I'm making there is, that stuff's fucking stupid. And the fact that Netflix is like, oh, you can't share your password and you get this many like logins from another device, like if you're on vacation or whatnot, and then you're locked out. Bro, fuck up. I'm spending the money. Let me stream where I want. Like
you're kind of making my point.
Yeah.
How soon before PlayStation and other companies just start doing the exact same thing?
What?
Well, that's when they see their sale. Again, like it chatter online, noise about it, like us talking about it here on the podcast, won't mean shit to Sony until the sales are hurt. And that's my point is like, if all this noise is backed up with action, I'll be like, wow, this is a real movement. Here we go. This is something we can actually latch on to. But I don't believe that's the case right now. And it hasn't been tested yet. So we don't really know one way or the other. And that's why I brought up the whole, there's a blackout plan between the 23rd and August. 23rd and 30th of August.
I'd also
if people actually like turn off their PlayStation or they do similar things where like they don't buy Wolverine, they don't buy the next God of War. But I don't think people are going to do that. The problem is, Delvin, is that the companies are getting away with this because we're paying them still.
And we're allowing them. And that's my point.
Right. And also growing up as a kid, like video games were always expensive. It was always a luxury.
Yeah.
So like when you tell me like, oh, what if you can only play like 2 Assassin's Creeds this year? I'm like, that's 2 games. Like I feel like going back as an old man, I'm like, we got Earthworm Jim for Christmas and we were happy for years. You know?
Yeah, the other thing I will also say is that, like, yes, GTA is a once in a lifetime thing. Like at this point, 13 years for GTA, and then the sports games train their audience to buy digital. Sure, but you know what else is right next after the sports games? Modern Warfare 4, $150 edition. Like that one's not training its audience to buy digital. They're just doing it anyways.
Oh, yes, they are. Call of Duty definitely trains you to buy digital. That's the whole thing they do.
Call of Duty also takes up your entire fucking storage space on the fucking console. Like that shit's
Well, and that's
insane.
another concern. Actually, that is something that I like, because there are angles to this where I'm like, actually, that could be a problem down the line. So if we're going all digital and these assholes keep shrinking the size of their hard drives and increasing the size of your games, that's not cool for the consumer whatsoever.
Yes.
And again, like, I kind of got dismissed for saying this, but if Sony is really looking for revenue and people stop buying their games, that's when they're going to start getting creative. That's when they're going to try to start actually adding value to the customer. It just hasn't happened yet because the customer is like, oh, the value is I have this Sony and that's it. And they're like, here's all the money I have to play this console with the games that I want to play. And so I like the ideas of, can your entire library disappear on you? And I was like, yeah, it can. I mean, I've seen that happen with music. I've seen that happen with movies. It makes sense that it would happen with games that are digital as well. But then I come up against it like, well, how long are these things supposed to last? Like how long? So if you got something that said like, hey, you're buying a license to this game, this movie, this song, you now can play it for as long as you want for the next 10 years. Is that better for consumers? I don't know. It's being honest with them if there's only going to have a 10-year shelf life or something to that nature. But
that's fine.
But then at least you kind of like know what you're getting into.
My thing is this, and this is the thing. Like once you go all digital, they can do things like you were saying earlier. Like, hey, maybe you can just rent the game now, which they already do, by the way. You can rent games on PlayStation Network. You can rent.
You can. Okay. Yeah.
Or PlayStation Plus and stuff like that.
You don't rent them. It's a 2-hour trial. Like you're not paying any money for it.
No, see, I'm talking like a full-on rental service. It's through the PlayStation Store.
That's different. You're paying for that with your PlayStation Plus subscription, and you have to be at the highest tier to do that. If you're not at the highest tier of PlayStation Plus, you can't do the game trials. But again, that's not a rental. Like Snurt's just talking about actually paying like a small fee.
Like for Amazon or Google, you can rent a movie through their service. And then you have a window where you can access that content.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear the thing about what Apple's already started thinking about doing? I think PlayStation talking about doing it too. Leasing consoles.
I would unironically do that. I'm not gonna lie. I use Afterpay and Klarna like all the time for purchases. That's how I bought my cosplay costumes. It's because the costs are so astronomically high.
No, but it's not like a car. If anything, the console you buy is going up in value. Like when you get
when I'm talking about Klarna or Afterpay, you're not paying like interest. It just splits the purchase into 4.
No, but if you're paying on a lease, so like how long is the cost of the console now $1,500 because you're doing deferred payment?
That's what they do. That's what a lease is.
They're talking. No. This is not a lease. If you've actually read into what they're talking about, Klarna, which is not a lease, it's a payment. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the mic. It's a payment processor that splits the payment into 4 payments over a month, like over.
And how much does it cost you for that service?
It doesn't cost you anything. It just splits the purchase.
Klarna charges you.
No, it doesn't. I've never seen it charge me anything extra. It splits the payment into 4 payments every 2 weeks.
So how do they make money as a company providing this service?
I don't know.
Yeah, so like they have these things like you see it advertised. You're like, oh, you're broke as shit. Hi, get Dave. Dave will give you $500 today.
That's
I see.
And guess what? And guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be paying a monthly fee for the service to be able to access that $500 loan that you're going to need last minute because you have cash flow problems. Like, a lot of that stuff is predatory. That doesn't sound good. Leasing a game sounds shady as shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
and leasing consoles and leasing
or consoles, I meant, not a game.
Yeah, but also I want to point out, like, I've used Klarna. I've never seen it charge me extra. It just charges me the tax and whatnot of my console and splits it into a payment every 2 weeks, right? Like,
yes, they do charge you for Klarna, by the way. I don't know if it depends on what service you get, but they charge you for Klarna. I know that for a fact.
I just use the like pay in 4. That's like if I'm ordering something from like I'm gonna use GameStop as an example. I order a controller from GameStop. It says pay in 4. It just splits the payment into 4 payments over every 2 weeks.
And there's no service fee. There's
No. Like I'm gonna just because you have me curious now, I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna open EB Games website, right?
It's like when I go to DoorDash, like there's a service fee, a delivery fee, a fee. Like a lot of these companies they'll hide it somewhere in the itemized receipt. You won't even know like you're getting charged extra for it.
I'm just grabbing an Xbox controller because it's the
I already
best
pulled it up. Klarna
Okay.
paying for, if you're paying for, the paying for is interest-free payments.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I do. I don't.
Listen, yeah, the paying
Yeah.
for is interest-free payments but that's all as long as you pay on time.
Yeah,
You don't get no payments. But after paying for, they charge you interest.
Gotcha. So if you're able to get it done in the window they provide, it's fine. But if not,
I've never run into an issue because like I don't make my payment for that like. Super
yeah, I mean,
fucking
people used to
cheap.
say that about movie rentals, but then you go to Blockbuster with that one late fee, and all of a sudden you're spending $50 for that $10 DVD
Oh,
that you've
also,
rented.
hey, I'm gonna drop a link in the private chat. I want you to look at this ugly ass fucking controller. This is the
There you go.
I clicked the first Xbox controller link that popped up. The fuck is this? Here you go. It's in the private chat for you, but that's fucking crazy. But yeah, no, I've never done like an actual lease through that. I would never.
Yes.
Like you're paying way too much if you do that. What I understood them talking about doing for leasing the console is like paying for from like Clark.
No. They're actually talking about leasing a console.
Oh, ew.
Yes. So you paid off for 24 months. You're not paying off. You're renting it for that period of time, and you're going
You're
to pay.
paying like double the price of the console at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, but people will do what they need to do to play
Yeah.
things. I mean, it is a change. It's going to be a huge change, and who knows what the future will hold. Is it good for consumers? I don't think anything really happening in corporate America these days is good for consumers, and the video games is no exception to that nature. I just think this is the reality that we've been marching towards. And I don't have the same visceral backlash to it because I think if they really fuck this up bad, they're going to lose people and then other avenues or markets or opportunities will open up because the demand for video games will still be there, even if the existing companies have priced themselves out of the average consumer.
I honestly think they're going to lose people anyway.
Yes.
They're going to lose people anyway. And I think they don't care if they lose people because they know the cost that people are going to be paying will make up for the loss. That's what they're saying.
Well, right. And think about it. Like if you are losing, I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass, people. So please don't quote me on this kind of stuff. Just a hypothetical here. But like, let's say they lose 15 to 20% of the player base because they're just priced out. Well, now that they don't have to pay for the physical disc or they don't have to pay like retailers a percentage, they're making up that difference through the digital store because they now have a monopoly on it. So it would really take a well-organized, huge hit, probably over an extended period of time, for them to start figuring out how to be more consumer-friendly and provide more options for their player base.
Feel the hit.
But I think the problem with that is companies don't just admit when they have consumer hits anymore. They kind of cover it up and they just fire staff. They just make the staff smaller and they're like, yeah, this game didn't do as well as it's supposed to do even to go. The game made billions of dollars for them. They're like, no, we're just firing half the staff.
Well, and that's a problem with the industry in general because everybody's chasing quarterly profits. Everybody thinks that they can't take a loss. They can't take we're going to be making money down the road approach to things.
Line must
also
always go up.
I think if anything, this is going to push more people to games like Fortnite, and it's going to hurt the studios before it really hurts the consumer base. And I think studios are going to be like, what the hell are we doing? That we could make an amazing game, but if it's not GTA, if it's not Modern Warfare, the studio is going to close like within 6 months of it coming out.
And that's my thing. Yes, GTA can sell at a correct price, but what about all the studios that can't sell at the $100 price point?
Or like,
and then like a good example, Ubisoft.
Sure.
Ubisoft has a bunch of games that kind of they have games like the Assassin's Creed games do very well, but they also have games that don't do very well.
Yeah.
So
well, it's really anything that's not Far Cry or Assassin's Creed, right?
Exactly. So what
like
happens?
Star Wars Outlaws, perfect example of a great game.
Yeah.
That's never going to hit the heights that it could.
So what happens when those games don't do very well? They don't have an Assassin's Creed to cover up for them.
Right. No, we get less and less of them.
And that's my point. Eventually, this is going to fuck us up in the long run.
And that's definitely a possibility. I try not to dismiss that, to be honest. Like I feel like I'm trying to be very fair about the realities of what this change means, and it's going to mean some things are going to change. My biggest assumption on my part is that when certain things go away, if there's still a demand, people are going to figure stuff out. Being it emulators, being it piracy, finding ways to exchange key codes. I don't know. Who knows? And I could be full of it, and we could just be coming towards a corporate dystopian future where we basically have part of our wages garnished every single paycheck just to be able to keep up with the hobby that we enjoy.
Yeah.
Well,
the other. Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to bring this up because I was trying to bring this up earlier about the Apple upgrade program, which is the leasing program. So I want to read this up so you guys get a concept of what it's going to be. Because this is what I was just talking about earlier.
Isn't it for the Apple Watch?
No, it's for all Apple products. Apple,
the leasing. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Go for it.
So Apple upgrade would function more like a car lease program than a company's current financial options. Customers could upgrade early, return the device at the end of the agreement, or pay the remaining balance to keep it. Some of these choices carry additional fees. So to be clear, you could pay for an Apple device like iPhone for like 4 years at an increased rate, then pay an additional fee to keep it.
Just like a car.
Even though you've probably paid the phone off and then some. We're leasing it.
Hold on. Yeah. No, and this is why I don't lease a car, to be honest. Like
it's predatory.
Never-ending payments for something is
that you don't
ridiculous. Correct. You don't own it. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. But then if you own the console, but you don't own any of the games, like you're still up fucking Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Yes. The reported lease terms are 24 months for iPhones and Apple Watches and 36 months for Macs and iPads. Enrollment will require a soft credit check, which is something that will probably happen with consoles too. You have to check your credit.
Yeah.
So what if you don't have good credit and you can't get it? Yeah. And the program will be offered through Apple's website and retail stores. So Apple plans to market the program around lower monthly payments, but a lower payment doesn't make the device cheaper. Customers who return it are paying for temporary use, while those who want to keep will still owe its remaining balance.
And then the company will take those, refurbish them, and then sell them as secondhand. Right?
Yes, correct.
Someone was leasing this phone. Let's put it through the ringer. Let's clean it up. Let's make sure it's still functional, and then we'll just have a refurbished, phone that we can sell to somebody who doesn't want to do the leasing thing.
And I know you haven't leased anything, Haley, so you don't know. Like there are certain rules that come to leasing.
No, I'll be honest. I've done Rent-A-Center before, and that's when I realized that shit's fucking stupid.
Leasing's a bit different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, I mean technically with Rent-A-Center, you're renting to own, but you're still leasing the product. You're paying more than fucking thing. Like I don't have it anymore, but the old gaming chair I used to have. Thing cost me $900. Chair was worth $150. Like that's how Rent-A-Center fucking gets you. Is like over the amount of payments you're paying. You're paying like 4 times the amount of the device.
Yes.
Like,
and then you add on to the fact there's certain things you can't do to a device or a car if you lease it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Rent-A-Center's fucking stupid. Don't do that shit.
Well, I mean, it also is like payday loans. It is like just part of the predatory.
And that's my whole point. Once we start getting into this digital future, things are going to start becoming more predatory.
Sure.
Because they can. And I think, we can say, people aren't going to stand on business like they should, but also we shouldn't accept companies becoming more predatory to us. Like, oh, well, they're going to do it anyway. Like, why is that okay? Like, if somebody stabs you in the back, we're like, oh, well, he's going to do it anyway. Like, why do we have this notion to that type of thing?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't say if it's okay or not. My problem is when people are making these arguments, but then they don't back it up with action.
Yeah, which is true.
Like, that's what we need to do, Like if I know it's it's such a more important topic than video games, but like, the civil rights era wouldn't be the civil rights era if there wasn't like people crossing that bridge.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we haven't hit that moment yet with our digital future that we're having coming through. And I guess, why do you all think that Sony was the one that triggered this? Because we've been moving towards an all digital gaming library for what, 20 years?
Why did Sony trigger this? Well, Xbox kind of been doing it. I think the thing is,
That's what I'm saying. Xbox has been doing it. Steam has done it. Nintendo has kind of sort of done it. Not as
really.
much.
Nintendo's kind of is kind of the physical peaking kind of.
Eventually, they're all gonna want to do this. That's the thing.
I think Sony. I think it's more along with Sony because one, Sony created Blu-rays.
Sure.
It's their thing.
Yeah.
For one, and two, Sony is kind of the market leader in many ways.
It is for a certain type of gamer.
And so when the market leader comes out and says we're getting rid of physical games, it's a big deal. And it's not like they did it quietly. Like they kind of threw it on our face. That's why the backlash is coming, because they did it loud and proud. Like, this is happening, nothing you can do about it.
Well, but they also gave you a time period with it, and I get the hypocrisy. And one of the things that I love about it is when the Xbox One came out with the Kinect, and they were talking about switching between TV and your game and digital this and Microsoft ecosystem, like one box for your entertainment in your living room. And then they come up with that stupid troll post of like, this is how you share games on a PS4. And now here we are, like a decade later.
Also, I want to point out
they're already here a decade later. Just let me finish real quick. And they're like, guess what? This is how you trade games with your friend on PS5. You both buy the game.
No, yeah. I also wanted to point out, I've seen people going, well, wouldn't it be great if Xbox took this opportunity and just remade that commercial and was like, our next console is going to have a disc drive? No, it's not. It's not going to have a disc drive. Like, I can tell you right now, Helix is absolutely not going to have a disc drive.
I look at it like this. I know we're saying like, oh, this doesn't affect me. But what happens when it does affect you? What happens when, good example, you can't game share with Donnie anymore? Because they're like, oh, we don't want you doing this anymore. We're going to cut this off completely. Which is an option.
I mean, technically, Donnie and I doing that breaks terms of service, but like PlayStation
I know,
never
but they
that,
can,
so.
because Netflix does that, by the way. Netflix and they like, hey, if you're not in the same house, we see you're not in the same house, you cannot watch Netflix. Like,
Netflix and Disney Plus both do that, but that pisses me off. And like, because like, if I'm like, I don't have kids, obviously, I can't have kids. We know this, but like, I'm going to use this as an example. If I have a kid and I'm paying for Disney Plus for them, and they go off to college and they're living in a dorm room, they can't use my Disney Plus that I pay for. Fuck off.
Well, Haley, I have an actual example of this because I deal with this.
Yeah,
I have two households.
Yeah,
one where my kids stay at, and one in my house.
Yeah.
So when my kids want to watch Disney Plus over there and I'm here, they can't watch it. I had to get another Disney Plus subscription so they can watch it over there. But the same thing with Netflix. If my kids are watching Netflix at the house over there, I can't watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, this is why I don't have Netflix. This is why I don't have Netflix anymore. I mean, to be honest, like the streaming is a good example of how you can overcompensate and go nuts. But then there's also streaming services like Tubi. So what would be the Tubi? Like, we have all the ones that you can pay for. Will there be a future Tubi, but for like video games instead of movies and TV?
That's what I'm worried about. There may not be. Because I think the problem is, I think we've gotten to the point where these companies, and this is not just video games. I think this is why it bothers me so much. It's not just video games. Ever since this dude got in office, a lot more companies are more brazen with how they treat the consumers because they don't care. They're blatantly showing we don't care. And I think Sony doing this is kind of showing us we don't care what you think. This is what we're going to do. And I just get tired of us being a consumer, paying all this money for these companies, be like, oh, this is okay. This is fine. Like, why are we accepting?
We are living in a second Gilded Age for sure. Where there's more power towards industry and corporations than it is for the people. But then the onus is on us to take that power back. But it's not going to be right away. And these things play out in a long arc. So it'll be very interesting if we're talking about this, 10, 20 years from now. Or like, this was the moment. This was the moment where we showed all these greedy motherfuckers what was up and what they were messing with. But I don't know if that's going to happen right away.
It's bad enough that we have companies now like, hey, we know you paid tariffs on this thing, but you're not getting that money back.
Yeah, that's kind of
wild. That one's different. I've seen the Nintendo lawsuit, but like,
I'm not even talking about Nintendo. I'm just talking about
just in general. Just in general,
like, I'm like, yeah, we know you paid this X amount of dollars, but that's not our problem.
Unless you have a receipt that was it's like that old Daffy Duck, Porky Pig cartoon with the insurance. Like, your insurance claim will be, approved if it's between midnight and 12:05 on the 4th of July during a hailstorm in the middle of a stampede, type of thing. Look, Delvin, I hear you loud and clear, and I hear your concerns, and I am very curious how this is going to play out, because we are seeing the continued evolution of this industry that we love, that kind of started off in people's garages back in like the 70s and 80s, making their own thing, to blowing up into full-blown, like, the biggest game in town, and continuing to grow for decades, to the point where now people aren't really making games in the garage unless they're doing indie stuff, which is a whole other ball game. So, like, would we see the explosion of indie games that people are making in their garages, and those are playing those, and that'll satisfy the masses as we boycott the big corporations to try to make them feel the pinch?
I will say this as a beacon of hope, and I think this is a good thing. I appreciate that there's companies like Mod Retro, like all these companies, these other third-party companies making their own consoles.
Yeah.
That are they're based off of older architecture and stuff like that. But you can go back and buy those consoles and like play like and play like these older games, and companies are making newer games for these consoles.
There you go.
Like the analog is thriving because people are buying these basically N64 consoles, and people are making games for them. So my hope is that as time goes on, companies will be like, you know what, maybe there's a market, a smaller market, of course, a very smaller market, but a smaller market that wants physical games. Maybe we'll get to the point where maybe not a PS5 tomorrow, but here's this PS4 Xbox console that kind of plays physical media or some form like that, and people will make games for that. Maybe there's another way we can kind of reach a kind of barrier where physical media still exists, but on like a kind of like another type of market where companies will just make their own consoles that play physical media and stuff like that. And maybe not be on the same grand scale of a PlayStation or Nintendo or stuff like that. Maybe some people will see this and create their own.
Sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they put up too many walls to the castle and people can't get in, they're going to find a way to play games. It might not be the big AAA stuff anymore. It could be some other kind of opportunity that pops up because there is a demand there that no one is satisfying. I also think that, and I know this is me being pie in the sky here. I don't really think this is going to happen, but this is what I would like to see, is governments start to step in and be like, hey, there's a lot of like monopoly stuff kind of going on here. There's no really ownership of things. That's not being clearly communicated to the people who are the consumers. So, what if you didn't have physical media anymore, but you actually own the digital copy of your game and you can access it wherever you want it?
Yes.
That doesn't exist right now. But like, if that did exist, I think like a lot of the concerns that people have about physical media going away would go, like, maybe not completely subsided, but there would be some form of ownership, because that is something that I really am empathetic to, is the whole idea of like, we don't really own the games. We can't really play these games. Like, we could have this PlayStation 5 with all these physical disc games, but then we put it into the system and it's bricked and it doesn't work. That doesn't seem right to me.
I think there's an easy way to kind of fix this. Be like, hey, all those digital games you bought, you can download and keep on a hard drive, and those are yours forever. But you cannot pass it on to anybody else because it has your only digital footprint on it and stuff like that. Is yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just make it so people like, hey, as long as you own this and you own this console, you own these games. Even if we delist it, you can put it on your hard. You're like, you have X amount of time to download on your hard drive, but it's yours.
Yeah, but even
Or-
then, I would still want them to have some kind of like weird, third-party app or something maybe where you can still download it again. You know what I mean? Because like, what if you lose the
Maybe-
download? But then that also gets
Now-
to my other point where I think about like, well, I have a Sega Genesis, and if the cartridge goes bad, and
Yeah.
that's that.
Yeah,
There
once
is
you
a
lose
shelf
the
life to
download-
certain things.
Yeah,
But
once you lose the download, that's on you.
And I
Like
do,
that.
and I do think part of the problem is like it's just the unknown. We don't know how long these games will last. We
Yeah.
don't know if they're going to be around for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years at all. And that kind of sucks. People should know what they're signing up for.
Yes, I was talking about it on Shacknet how one of my favorite games is the Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh yeah,
It's a very
Yeah.
hard game to go play now. You can't find it. Like unless you have the disc.
you would have to have the disc and an original Xbox or something like that to play it.
Yes, to play it. Like
Yeah.
and that's not a future I would look forward to. Like, hey, there are a lot of games that I want to play that are part of my childhood that I can't just play anymore.
But there's also, and this is the history major in me that thinks that like we need a certain amount of loss as we try to preserve things. Like we can't
Yes.
preserve everything everywhere.
Correct.
And certain things are going to slip through the cracks. And that's going to be sad for people who enjoy that content. But I also think that is a natural part of just time and our human existence is things that we used to like are going to go away. And it's going to be very hard to access, if not impossible.
But
But there's always like this like secondary market down the road for that kind of stuff, be it like vinyl or classic cars. So I don't really know what the future holds.
to be fair, I can go on Amazon right now and buy Porky's 1
right.
on
The
DVD.
fuck is that?
It's a movie.
Exactly. That's my point, Ellie. I can go get the most obscure movie.
But I think
and
movies
digital.
I think
and
movies,
digital version.
music, and books are different than games because it takes a little bit more hardware to play a game than it does to play a movie, to listen to a book, or to listen to some music.
I agree.
But you're right. Like that is the reason also why my PS5 is probably going to be on my shelf until it
Yeah.
breaks because
Yes.
I buy DVDs and Blu-rays still.
I do too. And that's
and-
what I'm saying. I can get the most obscure DVD or Blu-ray right now.
Right.
All of my Blu-rays
Easily.
and whatnot. I haven't bought any new ones in years, but all of them are like. I have this like 6-foot dresser over here. 2 of the drawers are because I just don't have the space to store them on top of the dresser. Like they're all neatly organized in the drawer.
I'll give you an example, Delvin, of like there's a Spider-Man text adventure game on the Commodore 64. I don't think I'll ever be able to play that game again. Ever.
What? Commodore 64. All right,
Yes.
oldie.
Yes. Same with Ducks Ahoy, Load Runner, Dig Dug. Some of those games will be, but they're
Hey, I played Dig Dug.
right. But some of those games have staying power and will last through the test of time. Others will not. And to me, that's kind of like a natural part of things. But that doesn't dismiss any of the concerns that people have been bringing up, like Delvin did
Yes.
for our episode today.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And I think my point in also saying is that we shouldn't dismiss people who like physical media just because they like physical media. Because they're losing something. This isn't a hard time for them. This is a hard time. Like I don't want to be dismissive of people who are very passionate about something that they're losing and they care about that much.
Right. And I don't want to be dismissive either, but I hope people follow up their disgust with action.
Yeah, I agree. But I also understand that that's not how society works, especially now. There are so many barriers to like protest that they've kind of closed off. If you get what I'm saying.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes it we're really getting a dystopian society where they just kind of want you to comply. You don't complain about anything.
1984 it just took another 40 years, right?
It kind of sucks. Like the more and more you hear people like, "Oh, just comply to this. It's fine. It's nothing you can do about it. Just comply." Like, why?
But there is something you can do about it. Stop giving them money. Stop
Yes.
consuming the content. And that's
Yes.
hard because as soon as you go to your friend's house and they're like, "Hey, did you check out this new Sony PlayStation game? I really love it. It's so cool. Look at this." And then you go back home and you're like, "Well, there's this like third-party indie company that made a Fox box and it kind of sucks."
I told I think I said on PSVG, I said, look, when we were having a conversation about this type of stuff, I said, look, the way things are going with PlayStation and these other consoles, it's a very good chance that this might be my last PlayStation console.
Sure.
I don't know.
I thought the same thing, to be honest. I thought the exact same thing, to be honest.
And this is, as a person who's a lifelong PlayStation fan, who's like, this might be my last one. That is saying something.
So I guess the difference between you and I is I've bounced between different platforms throughout my video game experience.
I've owned every PlayStation.
I have owned everything except PlayStation 1.
I've owned all the PlayStations and almost all the apparels.
But granted, when PlayStation 1 came out, how old was I, Snurks?
2.
5.
I don't know. I don't remember when PlayStation 1 came out, but
Negative
I'm 30 years old. So
yeah, I mean the 30s was like 90, so maybe 90 something. I don't know. Wasn't it around the N64 era? So that would have been like 96, 97.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, no, the DualSense was the 30th anniversary, right? The gray DualSense that was
Probably.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, I was like born right before PlayStation 1, so I never played that one. But
-1.
I did the 2. I did 2. I did 3. I did 4. I did 5. Presumably, some way down the line, if there's a real exclusive that's not on the PlayStation 5, I'll get the 6. But like,
so even before the physical media ban or ceasing to exist announcement, I was looking at the PS6 and the current price of just the console hardware and thinking to myself, maybe I just wait for the PS6 Pro and then we'll see what I feel like at that moment, because the PS4 to PS5 transition has taught me that you can hold on to your older version of a console for a lot longer than you could in the past and still play most of the games.
Oh yeah, games are going to be fucking cross-gen for a while.
I have looked at it like, what has PlayStation done this generation to keep me around, to make me want to stay? And I'm like, I don't think they've done enough, considering previous generations. And plus, I don't think they've done enough to justify me staying around, considering that I'm paying more, I'm getting less games, I'm getting less storage, I'm getting so much less stuff than I would normally get. And then you're going to tell me, oh, the next console's coming up, and we're probably going to give you less of that, and you're going to pay more than you've ever paid for the console?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough sell.
Like, why would I stay around? It's getting to the point, like I said, it's getting to the point where I'm like, well, if I'm going to be paying $1,000 for a PlayStation, I might as well just stick with PC gaming.
Well, and that was what I was thinking. If the console prices continue to increase and they become more and more comparable to PC, unless I'm really missing God of War 2025 or 2035 or 2040, right? Like, maybe I will go to that, or maybe I'll just stick around with my initial hardware and games that I own.
I think
try not to give any more money to people.
I think pulling back from PC releases is fucking stupid. Not because I have a PC. That's fine. But because as component prices increase and console prices increase because of it, you're going to find less people inclined to buy a PlayStation, and they're just going to spend the money on a PC. Well, now you're losing your audience, and you could still make that money on the PC.
But that's not how they look at it. They're looking at it like, okay, we're not going to put these games on PC now. So now, if the PlayStation is also $1,000, you have to buy a PlayStation to play these games.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to have silos. They're trying to, like, if you want to play in this garden, you got to buy the
walled gardens are fucking stupid. I'll never understand them. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. Exclusives are fucking stupid.
When we have the situation we have now, you're gonna get more walled gardens because hey, we can make the price whatever the fuck we want to make it now.
Yeah.
And that's
and I feel like that's been the same way since Xbox has kind of fallen off as a competitor to PlayStation. I don't think a lot of this would be happening if Microsoft was still competing with Sony.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. If Microsoft was very competitive right now, this would be a whole different conversation.
Yes, because they would be. There's not. It's not a race to the bottom. Like it right now, it's like a race to just elitism and wall gardens, right?
If Microsoft was competitive and PlayStation made that announcement, and Microsoft came out and be like, "Hey, you know what? we value physical games and we understand the digital market's coming and stuff like that. But our next console will have a disk drive. People would went crazy for it.
Yeah. Because
Even
one
if
of the
it's a-
reasons
even-
I got rid
even-
of like the Xbox ecosystem is I thought they were doing too much digital stuff
Yes.
back with the Xbox
E-
One back in the day. That's why I
even
went to a
if it's a-
PS4.
Even if it's a hollow notion, even if it's kind of like, hey, we will make it so you can play your physical games here by adding. You can buy a disc drive for $100.
Sure.
Even if it's just a hollow notion, just to shut people up, that goodwill goes a long way with some people.
Yeah.
That's how you can make fan bases stay loyal to you.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree, man. We're in uncharted territories, and I think that's one of the reasons we're starting to see such an uproar here, and it's not very clear what's going to happen in the future if there is no competition between the three big console makers because they're kind of all in their own camps.
Yeah, and I think it's more alarming that if there's no competition, then people can just do what they want to do. And that's why you have situations like Netflix being able to charge $30 a month and keep increasing their prices because they don't have the competition.
But then we also have like my friend sets up a Plex server and he hits the high seas and he buys DVD boxes sight on sound from Goodwill by the pound. And he now has his own Netflix that he's maintaining. So you know, is that going to be for everybody? No, but if people figure out a way to emulate something or create their own servers for games, who knows what the future will hold.
And what you're talking about, Snurts, is how the Kazaa and Bear Share revolution kind of started. And it kind of feels like we're going back to that almost. Like,
well, because you want to talk about gardens with high walls, let's talk about the music industry where you were paying $20 for a CD that maybe had one or two, or a cassette tape that had one or two songs that you really like out of an album, and you only get to hear one of the two of those songs because those are ones playing on the radio. Yeah. You know, and then they just became so expensive, and the technology and the will for people to find other ways of getting their music. And now in the music industry, the artists are getting paid pennies on the dollar through Spotify.
The music industry is destroyed. It's not worth
it. So is this going to be the video game industry doing what the music industry did in like the late 90s and early aughts? We'll see.
The music industry is completely destroyed now. Like if you're going in the music industry to make money, you're going in the wrong industry.
Correct.
You don't make money off it. You don't make money off music anymore at all.
You know, only the big names who can do the concerts and the tours and stuff like that.
If you're going in the music industry to make money, you're going in the wrong industry. It's gotten that bad with music.
Yeah. And again, maybe there'll be that kind of backlash with games. We'll find out in the future.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to some of these questions because we've been
good conversation. Good conversation.
Yeah, it was a good conversation.
Yeah, like this is PSVG. We're not PSVG. We don't go 3 hours. We're almost there.
No, let's get through this. Only 7 questions. Or 6. Right. I don't even know. Anyway.
We used John 32s already, so just 6.
And actually, we answered Crystal's question already, because I'll just say that. If you haven't already talked about it, please tell Sony how stupid they are for decisions. Crystal, Sony's a bunch of dumb fucks. There you go. We did it.
Correct. Very. Okay, let's see what else we got. All right, let's ask Terps fan. Let's do Terps fan. Do you wish the God of War game Fallen Lofty wouldn't be Kratos centered?
It depends.
I'm gonna say no. I think they should be Kratos centered because they're a married couple and they're one, and their relationship and their love for each other is intertwined. So you can't have one without the other. Kratos' God of War story was centered around her and his love for her, and those things coming back to him. Even in the second game, about the actions that she made came back in the second game to him. So the first game is very much about her. So it would make sense for this game to be very much about him.
And Atreus.
Yeah, so I think that's what this question is actually about. Is there's for a long time been a rumor that there's like an Atreus game in development. And I believe that's what this question is referencing is, do you wish the next God of War game followed Atreus instead of Kratos? No, I'm sorry, but Atreus grows as a character through 2018 and Ragnarok, but I do not think he could. I would not be interested in following him for an entire like 20-30 hour story. Like,
I see what you mean. The lobby wouldn't be Kratos centered. The
Yeah.
question kind of wording threw me off a little bit. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
what you were asking.
I think God of War is Kratos. I think all of
Yeah.
it should be centered around Kratos. Even if it's a story about Atreus, it should be centered around Kratos.
Yeah, the problem there, not that like that's not a problem. I also agree with that. I just don't think Atreus is strong enough. And this is not a criticism of the actor. The actor does a phenomenal job. I just don't think Atreus as a character is strong enough to lead his own game.
I will say this. It's their job to write Atreus better.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm
like you can sell Atreus game, make us care about Atreus. It's not our job to care about Atreus. It's your job to make us care about Atreus.
Yeah.
Well, and how many people really care about whiny teenagers?
Okay, that criticism has always pissed me off. Teenagers are whiny. Teenagers are annoying.
Right.
The amount of hold on, let me finish because there's a salient point I'm gonna make. I am one of the few that actually liked Borderlands 3. There's a character in Borderlands 3 that acts like a teenager, and all the criticism I see against her is she's whiny. She doesn't listen. Yada. She's a fucking teenager. She's acting like a teenager. What do you mean? She didn't listen.
I mean, teenagers shouldn't be the lead.
No, she's not the lead. She's a side character that leads to a main character dying, and people are upset at her for being whiny and not listening. Exactly like a teenager fucking does. And she paid for those decisions with the death of her mentor. This is a Borderlands 3 thing, but like for reference. But like, she acted like a teenager. She was written like a teenager. And people were complaining that she acted like a teenager. Like, I don't know what you...
Right,
like,
but my point is to circle back to God of War. If
Yeah.
you want Atreus to be cool, you don't do the prequels like you did in Star Wars with an Anakin. You go to where they're Darth Vader. So you figure out wherever Atreus ends, be it another Kratos God of War or something different, you show him in as adult, and then if you need to, you do flashbacks to piece everything together. You don't have a game starring a whiny teenager who's annoying. You find them as an adult, and you figure out what events happened since the last time we saw them as a kid that made them the way they are today.
I would also point out, by the end of Ragnarok, he's also not really a whiny teenager. So,
Or just write the fucking teenager better. We have plenty of games with teenagers who are not written terribly.
Sure.
Like, Life is Strange, the first game, those teenagers were written pretty well. They not a teenager, but Clementine and the Walking...
piss people off, but then Life is Strange 2 and the teenagers were written fucking terribly. Oh my god.
Clementine and the Walking Dead, not a teenager, but written very well.
Well, actually, no. She was a small child, and then
she grew to a teenager. Yeah. But she was written very well. There's a lot of games that have kid characters written very well that are likable characters. You just have to.
Isn't that I haven't seen it myself, but the Avatar cartoon, right? That's another one with the kids that are...
The cartoon for Avatar, like just regular Avatar, just follows them as children. And then if you watch Korra, you see like Aang as an adult.
But I heard good things about that show and the characters
Korra's
in it.
Like a young teenager, like what,
okay,
18,
16.
Like
I think something
you
like
can
that.
You can write teenager characters good. I know people like to use that, like, hey, I don't like these whiny teenagers. Like, just write good teenagers. I don't know if one of the most popular characters in comics history is a fucking teenager, Peter Parker. Like, most of his career, he's a teenager.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Most of his comics publication history is him in college. I'd like to point that out. But also, I'm tired of Peter being stuck as a teenager, and I hate One More Day with a passion.
I know you notice this, Haley. You could be a teenager in college. I have one who was a teenager in college.
He's fucking 20 years old, brother. He's not a teenager.
Now, but he
was
also 19 at one point in college.
I don't think you're really...
He's 20 years old.
I don't think you're like a young adult until you can drink.
Excuse me. If you're in Canada, you can drink at fucking 19. So,
That's why we don't go to Canada.
Right. They're letting their teenagers drink everywhere at 19. It's fucking ridiculous.
Boo-hoo! You can join the military at 14 in the U.S. Fuck off.
Right, because children fight wars.
Hold
It's
on.
been
You,
the way
hold
since
on.
the
You
Crusades.
can join
at
the
least.
military at 14 in the U.S., but you can't drink till you're 21. Fuck off.
Goddamn right.
You can sign your life away to die, but you can't drink. Fuck off.
Yeah, because we don't want our children's child soldiers drunk on the field. They got to be able to
Goddamn
win.
right.
Makes sense.
We create winners. That's
Right.
why.
Sure.
Our
You
child soldiers are good.
Correct.
Bold
We have the
statement,
best-
everybody.
We have the best child soldiers in the world, damn it.
Oh, where's Kyle the Pug clipping that shit out?
Hey, just let you know, hey,
Hold
14
on.
years
also,
old.
Also, I will say, we also you also create a fucking narcissistic loser creating AI generated images for 12 hours straight yesterday. One of which including a giant air filter between the U.S. Canada border.
He's a
Well, that's a different case. That's a
anyway.
Yeah, let's not go there. We got to wrap this up anyway. What else we got?
I think this is a question. This has no person on it. It says, do you think getting rid of physical disc will actually hurt Sony or
Oh,
blow
sorry,
it?
that I didn't add a name to that because it's just the second question from Nick.
Oh, that is
okay.
from Nick. See, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if that was
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah,
And when
yeah,
I tried to
so-
format,
Because
I was,
Nick Turbo's question is, how big is your physical media collection? And do you think getting risks, like not just video games, and then do you think getting rid of discs will actually hurt Sony or will it blow over? So, for physical media, I mean, like I've got a bunch of books over there. That's technically physical media because you can buy books electronically, which I would do, but like getting a Kindle is fucking like stupid expensive. And also, like, you run out of space, and I like to read a lot, so I don't know how worth that is. But obviously, you can't really see it. Where my Funko Pops are over there, underneath it are 2 drawers filled to the brim with Blu-rays.
Which are going away.
Yeah, I know. I haven't bought a Blu-ray in like I think a couple of years. I think the last Blu-ray I bought was the Batman.
I bought a Blu-ray a couple days ago.
Crazy. I was gonna buy Supergirl on 4K Blu-ray, but I'm just gonna buy it digitally. So, because
That's a terrible idea.
why?
yes,
You should
they'll
buy
take it away from you.
Yeah. Not only that, I was gonna say, well, Blu-rays look better.
Sure. I do not have a
And you-
Blu-ray drive on
And
my
you
computer.
love that movie. So
I-
you out of all people should buy the physical of it.
I'm gonna buy it multiple times. I'm gonna buy it on Amazon Prime so that my mother can watch it. And I'm gonna buy it on Apple where I can watch it on the go. On
See,
my
this is,
phone.
I think, part of the problem. It's like, oh, we can get them to buy the movies 3 different times
Yeah.
instead of 1.
See? Haley's part of the problem. She can just buy the physical and get the digital copy in the box.
Well, hold on. They don't do that anymore. At least not
yes, they
here.
do.
Hold on. At least not
What
here
the
they
fuck-
don't.
What the fuck y'all doing in Canada?
I don't fucking know. But also, all the digital codes here are for YouTube. That shit sucks. I don't want a YouTube digital.
Canada
code
fucking
for my
sucks.
movie.
I literally bought Obsession the other day and it has a code in it.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
bought
gonna-
Terminator
hold on.
2
Just-
and I got the
just-
code for it. and-
Just to illustrate my point, I'm opening Amazon right now just to show you. Fucking Super
Dragon Ball
2025,
Super
right?
Brawly, I think I got, and they gave me a code too.
Canada's terrible.
My biggest complaint about digital libraries is there's too many services. You know, I want everything like on my Apple account because I'm already in that ecosystem. So anytime it's like some other code, I'm like, oh, Voodoo or whatever, or this or
Maybe-
that. I'm like,
Shit.
I'm not going to really
Maybe
be watching
Canada
this.
should have child soldiers. Then they'd probably have Blu-rays with codes.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna link this in the private chat for you, right? This is like just a link to an Amazon thing for Canada, right? Nowhere in this posting is digital code mentioned at all.
I'm just going to believe you.
Well, also, because normally, if it includes a digital code, it's mentioned on the fucking case. Like when I bought the Hunger Games movies that came with a digital code, it was mentioned on the case. It says Blu-ray disc plus digital code plus DVD on the case. This mentions it fucking nowhere. Like it's not there. And looking at the 4K copy of Supergirl that I was going to buy, doesn't include it either. So like, if I'm just gonna buy it digitally anyways, I'm not gonna do that, you know?
Canada
So,
just sucks.
like,
Terrible place.
for example,
I'm never
fuck.
going there now.
that's a lie, and we know that.
just turned me away from going to Canada.
No, I absolutely didn't. I turned to you something else.
Whoa.
Hmm.
On this show.
So speaking of physical, I think I have 200 to 300 books, movies, CDs for music, games. But all of it kind of stopped for games at the PS4 level, and it's been a while since I bought a movie. That's a physical copy. I think the last one that I got, my dad had like a Best Buy gift card, and there was no Best Buy up in Humboldt, so he gave it to me, and I got like Escape from New York and Terminator 2 on Blu-ray.
Like I'll say, I don't buy physical media much at all anymore, except for books when I didn't have my injury. But like I buy movies all the time. I just buy them on like Apple. Like the last one I
That's
bought
not the
was Ready
question.
or
This
Not
question
2.
is physical
Hey,
media.
I'm just pointing things out.
Oh my God. This
Trying to keep us on track here so we can finish this
Damn-
up in the next 15
damn
minutes.
autistic woman. She just be going off track and going on these
Yeah, exactly.
I'm autistic. What do you want from me?
Do we think it would rid this or actually hurt Sony, or will it blow over? Well, listen to the last hour of our conversation and you be the judge.
Yes. I have probably like close to 1,000.
Yeah, that doesn't
That's a
surprise
lot.
me.
That's a lot.
I support physical media. I buy
Hey, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that's a lot. That's a huge collection.
Also, when I talk about music CDs, I am counting all the ones that I burned that are on like a...
There you go. Like I buy, look, I got the arcade cabinets and stuff. I guess that's a form of physical media. I have a bunch of Switch games. I have multiple Blu-rays. I have multiple PlayStation games. I have multiple DVDs. I have a lot because I know what it's like to like love something and not be able to experience that thing for like a period of time. Like my favorite movie of all time, I couldn't watch for most of my childhood because they just didn't make copies of it. Like Transformers, the movie was like out of print.
That's
Like,
why the
boy,
VHS tapes would just kind of be worn out, you know?
Yes, like it was. You could not get a copy of it. So when I found like my first copy of the movie that I found when they started like actually selling them, I had to like order from overseas
Sure.
because it was only overseas they had a copy of the movie, the Blu-ray of it. So I got a Blu-ray copy of that from overseas, and then when they brought it to the United States, I bought like 3 copies here of 3 different versions of it: the 4K, the regular Blu-ray. I have like 6 different copies of that movie because I love that movie so much. I don't want to be in a situation where one day I cannot watch my favorite movie of all time.
Sure.
That will legit hurt me. Like if I was to like one day like, hey, I want to watch Transformers movie, like can't watch it anymore.
And that could happen even if you with all your own owning of it, you know, that could still happen.
I just want to make sure I understand. When you say Transformers the movie, you mean the 1980s animated version and not the
goddamn sure don't mean the fucking Michael Bay movie.
No, he's not talking about that. No, one will rise, one will fall.
I just wanted to make sure that I understood because I've heard someone say that 2007 Transformers is their favorite movie before, and
Well, and this is how I know Delvin loves Punishment because that's his favorite movie, and within like the first 10-15 minutes, every single Autobot that you loved for the first season is killed.
And guess what's next? Which is cool because this movie has felt like a new footing in life, a new life. Because people are like loving the movie again. They're re-releasing it in theaters.
Yes, I heard.
In like a couple months.
You know what else they're re-releasing in theaters in a couple months? All 5 Hunger Games movies. Let's fucking go.
No.
So about the Transformers, Delvin.
About Transformers, I will be going to see it. And they apparently, this is the PlayStation news, but they added another scene alluding to they're going to make a sequel to the movie.
Oh, really? With Hot Rod or whatever? Rodimus Prime?
No. Apparently there's like this extra scene they've added to the movie, which is weird because they're alluding that, hey, Optimus Prime is alive. But I'm like, we know he's alive. Like the cartoon show brought him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole fiasco too, I love it because they're like also working on a G.I. Joe movie around the same time, and then they see the fallout from Optimus dying. They're like, Duke's in a coma, we promise.
Yeah, like he's coming back.
And I hear you. There is something about wanting to preserve and be able to watch things over and over and over again and have access to it. I mean, one of the reasons I am signed up for Disney Plus is because they have The Simpsons. And I love The Simpsons. And despite having 20 seasons on DVD,
complete access to it.
yeah, but like despite having 20, seasons on DVD, I want access to the rest of it. So I hear you, man. You want to be able to access stuff you love. There's also the randomness of it. There was this Tim Allen movie called Big Trouble that I can't find anywhere for whatever reason. It's not on the streaming. If you want to get a DVD, it's like $30 last time I checked. Like it was just like, why is this one movie that's just kind of like a throwaway 90-minute comedy so hard to find?
Yeah, it's crazy how that works, but that's what it is, man. That's kind of why it's important to kind of like the things you love, man. It's just hold on to them, especially considering like you get older, you start realizing like, damn, things are changing, and you want something that's like close to your heart.
I mean, that's why I still hold on to my physical comic books. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, let's get through the rest of these questions.
Let's see what we got next. Murakami, what is this? Rebecca 1Q84.
Yeah, I just copied their. They sent this over on Blue Sky. I just copied their username, so that's their username. So
that's how they pronounce it. 1Q84.
That's just how it was spelled on.
I think Murakami is just fine.
Yeah, Murakami's dope. That's a great name. Yeah. Hi, for someone who's only played Assassin's Creed Black Flag and wants to play more Assassin's Creed games, what is the next game you would recommend? And Haley, you just recommended a bunch of early episodes. That's good. Good way to do it. What do you think is the best financial play for someone who has a lot of physical PlayStation games? Trade them in now or hold them for a few years? I will answer the second question.
Sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead. No, hold them. Hold everything you can, because you're going to have more value holding on to those than you will getting rid of them. And if you get rid of them and you can't get them back for one reason or another, through a different format, through the same format, you're going to miss them. I am also the person who struggles to trade in and get rid of old games. Like I hold on to them until the very end. Like the most recent trade in I had is because I realized the 5 games that I was getting rid of, I already owned on a different platform that I preferred. So I was okay getting rid of the stuff.
Yeah. So on the physical games, I would hold them, especially if you're like into physical games, because again, they're at the moment, and we'll see if it changes. But we just talked about that. But I would just hold them. On the Assassin's Creed thing, since you've only played Black Flag, I know I recommended a couple before, but if you're really big into the naval combat, I would recommend Odyssey, because it's a more streamlined version of the combat, but like there's a lot of it you can do in that game. Like half the map is water because you're like sailing Greece, right? Which is good. It's like big on the Greek mythology. Or if you want something a little more different, you could play like Unity or Syndicate, which are some of the older style, like Black Flag, with stories set in like the French Revolution or I don't know where in the historical like timeline this period of London is, but like Syndicate is like some form of, I don't remember the name for the revolution, of like workers' rights in the UK during like 18 something.
I guess
it was the first Assassin's Creed game to also give the player character a fucking grappling hook, so you would like literally like zip line up buildings.
Every time I had grappling hook, I think of what a name from Gravity Falls.
I've never watched Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is a great show. Mabel Pines.
I've heard great things. I've just never watched Gravity Falls. I'm actually watching Supernatural for the 15th time.
in Gravity Falls, on the first episode of Gravity Falls,
Snurts, I knew that would make you laugh.
At the end of the first episode of Gravity Falls, their uncle, because the whole plot of it is they stay in like camp, like a souvenir shop, where they sell like mysterious things and stuff like that. Kind of like a grifter shop almost. So their Uncle Stan gives them a box like, hey, y'all can take one thing out the box and it could be yours as for working here for the first day. So the boy, he takes out his little iconic hat and puts it on like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this hat. I'll take this. And his sister, Mabel Pines, goes in the box and immediately finds a grappling gun.
Hell yeah.
She's like, oh, cool, a grappling gun. She starts shooting and throughout the show, there's these throughout the history of the show, there's these little segments that happen where she just randomly pulls out the grappling gun and uses it.
It's a good callback throughout the entire run.
Throughout the series, to various degrees of success. It's great.
I also we're both fans of the Who Would Win Masters show, and whenever Sam Proof hears a grappling hook, he gets super excited. So that's what I thought of for that regard. When it comes to other Assassin's Creed games, I have very little experience, and I usually go for the history period that I enjoyed. So I enjoyed the one in the French Revolution, and I enjoyed Ezio for the Italian Renaissance.
Yeah, Ezio is Italian Renaissance, Rome, and Constantinople, I believe.
What I don't recommend is the Viking game, because if I feel like Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and Valhalla are they similar, but they're different enough, and you might get turned off by the series if you go right into Valhalla. Because that's kind of what I did. I primarily played a ton of Black Flag. Granted, I played the French Revolution one before, but I went into Valhalla. I was like, this ain't really doing it for me.
Well, also, I love Valhalla, but that game is giant. That game
it's huge. That's what I'm saying. It's a little. It could be intimidating.
It's also a prime example of Ubisoft with their they have to write the story in a way where you could do each story arc differently than somebody else. So most of them don't connect with each other because somebody else could do this storyline before the storyline that you just did. And so they have to account for that. So it's a prime example of nonlinear storytelling being harder to write a story for.
Sure.
But my personal favorite that I recommend if you really enjoy Black Flag, you should check out is Odyssey. Cassandra is one of my favorite characters in video gaming in general. So
yeah, or play Watch Dogs. There you go.
Don't do that. Play Watch Dogs 2. You'll have a great time. Do not play Watch Dogs. No, I that's fine. Watch Dogs 1 is fine, but I much prefer Marcus and Friends over edgy boy Aiden. So
please. Watch Dogs. It's fine.
You could play Sleepy Dogs. That one's good.
I'm a sleepy dog.
I am too. Let's get to this final question. We got Terps fan.
Yep.
Should Sony be strengthening its current digital assets rights for consumers with the sunsetting of physical discs? Do you think this drives some of their consumer base to PC if they don't do this? I think
yes.
Yes and yes. I think they should be doing that. I don't think they will be doing that. And I don't think it drives them to PC. I think it actually drives them to Switch.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think
because Switch is having more of those third-party games like Resident Evil.
And they still have physical media.
Correct.
They still have physical media. They're starting to get the third-party games that run pretty well, and it's also a hybrid console with a handheld. And I was saying on my Shack, I was saying this on Shack. I used to say, hey, you should probably, if you're a gamer, you probably should own a PS5 and a Switch. Now I kind of say, if you're a gamer, you have a good reason to own maybe a Steam Deck in the Switch or a Steam machine in the Switch. Like PC gaming in the Switch makes a lot more sense than it does at this point than owning a PS5 and Switch. Because a lot of those third-party games go to Switch now. And they run just as good. They may not look one for one just as good, but they look good enough. You can perfectly play Resident Evil Requiem on Switch. This looks good.
And I think gamers out there, if the gameplay is solid and the graphics are decent, they're fine. It doesn't have to be the shiniest thing ever. If they're having fun, they'll play it.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm very excited to replay all the Resident Evil games on PC and see how pretty they look. I'm a nerd. We know. I to answer the actual question though, sorry. I very much think they should strengthen their consumer rights for digital purchases, but I also agree that they probably won't. And do I think they'll be pushed to Switch? Maybe. The thing is even though they're not there yet, we know they all want to do this. They're all eventually just going to go digital only. And this is not strengthening back to that conversation. This is me just pointing that out for the future. Could they switch to Switch? Funny.
I don't know if Nintendo wants to do that yet.
I was going to say, if anything, Nintendo's kind of reading the room and they're like, oh, here's a market opportunity.
And the reason why I say that is because Nintendo still has a lot of the old guard there. They're very slow to adapt to modern society. Like even now, like the Switch 2 is, even though a lot of the Switch 2 stuff is outdated stuff, it feels modern for Nintendo. They're very slow.
I also find it fascinating that they only really went to CDs or DVDs, right? Discs for like 2 consoles, right? It was Wii and Wii U, and then they went back to cartridge. And their handhelds have been cartridge as well, like the 3DS, and they've been doing just fine. So I find it interesting that the company that was being so dogmatic in their approach to their type of gaming, cartridges, and telling Sony to go make their own game with Square Enix or console, right, for Final Fantasy, because they wanted that on a CD back in the day, are still sticking with cartridges today, and it's just as viable as DVDs are. It's kind of fascinating, the whole arc of it all.
It's their stuff. It's their proprietary stuff. Like you can't go make a Nintendo cart. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So it makes sense to them. I think like this, Nintendo is very old school in a lot of ways, and I think in this case it benefits them. If that makes sense.
As long as they don't do the marketing faux pas that Sony did, and they're like, this is how you share a Nintendo game. And like 10, 20 years from now, we're like,
yeah,
but I'm in agreement. I'm in the same boat that you all. Like, should they strengthen them? Yes. Will they do it? Not until they're forced to financially. So probably not. I didn't think of the Nintendo push, and I think that's a very valid addition to this question, Delvin. And so like, oh yeah, I could totally see that. You know, sure, I didn't get the God of War game, but I got this cool Donkey Kong game, and I get to still play Resident Evil. Yeah,
you still get to play most of the games you love. You get to play Final Fantasy, you get to play Resident Evil, you get to play all these hot new games, and you get to ask to have it on a handheld as well. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll do it for us. We've been going 3 hours. Y'all like this is PSVG. Man, time to end this goddamn show.
I agree.
Be kind.
Peace.